Boom.
Ding, da da
Do
ding,
da da da.
bum, bing, bum. Boom, ba da bum.
Sedano Kap is on. We're doing a little live fun today, even though Sedano's not happy about it, because this is the only
No,
day.
I didn't know. I just was like, oh, you're here today too?
That's not how you said it. Like, oh, you're here.
Oh, yeah, you're here.
Because this is the only full show we will have
that's
together
true.
this week.
Yeah.
Cappy will pop into play an early combo plate. The Lakers are on the road, and we've got March Madness. Jack. So let's have some fun together for the next 3 hours,
What's
shall
all
we?
that stuff in the kitchen?
Oh, this morning we had a Women's History Month
Oh, yeah, that's right.
team company meeting.
Right.
Judy Foudy spoke to us.
Julie Foudy?
Yeah, the great Julie Foudy.
Dude, she's
Love
amazing.
her.
She's an
Love
excellent
her.
speaker, too.
She was great.
Yeah.
So they brought in bagels, all that stuff.
Any
Fruit.
lox?
No lox.
Cream cheese?
I saw Funchy
Lots of
over
cream
there
cheese.
in the
Capers?
No capers.
Onions?
No, it wasn't
Tomatoes?
Really, it wasn't like a traditional
Cucumbers?
Jewish. No, it wasn't a traditional Jewish bagel spread. Even though I enjoy one, it was just like it was a white people bagel spread.
Oh, really?
And some muffins, but lovely.
It was not a cacophony of traditional
Not
Hebraic
cacophony.
gizzards and spices?
Cacophony.
Not
Cacophony is an
mishtagosh.
excellent word.
No, but
All right.
here we are. Let's have some fun the next 3 hours. Welcome in to Sedano and Cap. Coming up at 4:45, give or take, Dr. Robert Klapper. How are you? Will join us.
He would have required locks, I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely. Sedano's going to defend Shohei.
I
Will
don't
Cappy.
know about defend.
Will Cappy.
Wow.
Plus, there's a producer Lindsay parking drama.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's
Oh, this
drama.
is
Because when you
ridiculous.
think drama, no, never mind. And producer D is here.
What's happening?
You're not lying.
Yeah, what's happening?
happening?
So let's have some fun.
All right, let's
Have
do
you
it.
dried off yet from Saturday?
Let me tell you something
I
about
was so
Saturday.
wet and cold when I got home.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
But how great was Saturday? Honestly, like,
Amazing.
It's one of these weird things where we all came expecting to play pickleball. That was the name of the event. The rain just kept coming down, wouldn't stop, no relief in sight, and yet nobody walked away from that and went, "Well, that sucked." You know, everybody walked away and went, "That was like the greatest time ever."
Yeah. It was definitely memorable. It's something we'll all remember. And thank you to everybody who came on out. Actually, all week, Madness Week. Islands, Pizza Hut, and then Saturday in Fountain Valley. Even though it was wet, we got to see some great fans party. And here's the one thing I learned from Saturday more than anything. If we're ever all homeless, we just find Beto, because Beto will be our leader. I felt like the way the parking structure was, we were under an overpass, and we were all like creating our own world with tequila and puff and all kind of champagne. And it was pouring outside, and it was muddy, but everybody was smiling and happy, and Beto was the leader.
Oh, big time.
He
Big
was
time.
the leader of like District 9 in the middle of the Fountain Valley
District
parking
9
lot.
is a great reference.
I like how some people, though, were like, hey, you know, I don't really ever do that. Oh, okay. Well, since everybody else is, I'll try it a little
Let's be
bit.
specific. They were talking about Puffin the Dragon.
Yeah. And
Not-
then all of a
not
sudden,
anything
people
else.
were passed out in their cars. It's like, whoa, easy.
Then many of the team went across the street, which I didn't know Pho was across the street. So Lindsay and Ramona and Mace, they went over
and they
to
drank
the Pho.
out of a coconut.
Yeah, to the Pho place across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all went down to the islands.
Island boy.
Well, that was afterwards, yes.
And Christopher, how amazing was it? Because we took over that islands. They were like, hey, it's Saturday. There's some college basketball games on. Yeah, we expect a decent crowd. They had no idea that Team 710 was pulling in, and we took that place over.
We literally did. That Islands bar has never been that packed. Everybody was there, and it was great. It was a great time. So thanks for everybody that came on out. Press the flesh. What's next? Well, Thursday, Mason and I and Travis and Sliwa, they'll be at Clearman's Gallery for the annual opening day live broadcast. We got the NFL draft coming up. This show's going to be on the road a little bit, maybe in the South Bay. More details to come for NFL draft Thursday and Friday. Then Cinco de Mayo is coming, and then, of course, Mandy's 3. Just about a little less than 3 months away, so get ready, sucker.
And then Bergman dropped this on us today that the softball game, did I understand this right, is Friday, July 12th?
I believe so. That before you say anything,
No,
those,
we need to talk about that.
those dates were sent out to everybody in December.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, the
honestly.
graphic.
I don't either.
The graphic
That's-
was sent
that's-
out.
That's Del Mar's opening day.
No,
Come on, man.
usually I'm the one that like doesn't side with Cappy, but I don't remember the softball thing being sent out.
And we posted the graphic
Well,
on
go ahead.
social media.
I will. I'll look it up.
It's opening day, Del Mar.
That's great. Does Del Mar pay you a salary?
A lot.
I'm just asking a question.
George is
Yeah,
looking
big
for
salary.
receipts right now.
Plus, I believe your contract's up June 30th anyway.
Right, which is great for me because I get out of it.
Was this email sent by you?
Tommy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even easier.
Yeah.
Now I hear DeAndre already giggling back there. Now, DeAndre, did you meet some of my homeboys that came up from San Diego for the pickleball event?
I did. You know, Cap introduced me to one of his guys named Bernard, and shout out to him, man. After I was leaving pickleball, ran into him in the parking lot after I was talking to Mario and Beto. And it was kind of a weird interaction because I was like, oh, what's going on? Because he's like, hey, what size shoe do you wear? And I was like, I wear a 14. And then he was like, all right, come here. Come to my car. So I went to his car.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Did they like fall off the truck or something?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Aren't you a little worried when somebody you don't know asks what size shoe you are?
Exactly.
And then says, come to my
Yeah.
car.
He's like, he like signaled me, waved me over there. I was like, okay.
Wait, you said okay, no problem? Like, no questions asked?
Hey, look, I don't know. Cause like I said, if Cap introduced me to him, I trust him, man. So I went over there, and all of a sudden, he had like 8 to 10 boxes of Pumas. So,
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, he had like
How did I miss this happening?
He had like 8 to 10 boxes of Pumas, and all of a sudden, he just saw like, what size you said you were? I was like, I'm a size 14. So then he starts handing me like.
Did he have 14-inch Pumas?
Oh, he did. He started handing me like at least like 3 pairs. He's like, here you go.
Cappy.
So,
Your guy is just handing out stolen sneakers?
No, hold on.
Are they jacked?
No,
Wait a second. By the way,
no,
just so
they
you know,
were
he's got-
legally obtained.
He has a really nice red Tesla, okay?
Really
So
nice red Tesla.
So you're looking at him and you're going, okay, he seems like a trustworthy guy. Now he's a brother who got a lot of tattoos all the way up on his neck, including a Lakers
sleeve.
tattoo right
Yeah.
on the inside of his arm.
Oh, I saw that guy, yeah.
Okay, so what happened next?
So it gets better. After he hands me the 1 pair, I'm like, oh, cool, man, thank you. He's like, hold on, I'm not done. I gotta get rid of these. So he starts handing me
gotta
another.
get rid of
He's like, I gotta get rid of these. So no, hold on. That's why it gets better. He's like, oh, the reason why I'm getting rid of these, he explained, the reason why I'm getting rid of these and I'm giving them to you is because my nephew is Mikey Williams. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, he's playing at UCF now, and he's no longer with Puma. So I was like, oh, so I'm just handing him shoes.
Yeah, hold
you
on.
guys know who Mikey
hold-
Williams
yes,
is?
yeah, hold on for a second. I've experienced a little of this stuff with Keyshawn because he has a lifetime Adidas deal. Mm-hmm. There's not just multiple sizes just flying everywhere. They deliver you the sizes you request.
Right.
So
So he happened to know that you were the right size?
I don't
Wait,
know.
how many? Wait, did he have pairs of shoes other than 14s? Is Mikey a 14?
No, he's definitely not a 14. His nephew's like 6 foot.
This sounds like Shohei's interpreter. Okay. No. You know who my guy is? Oh, yeah. I got Pumas to get rid of. I got to get rid of this
So
stuff.
how many pairs did he give you, Big D?
Gave me 3 pairs.
Of
3,
14s?
and I promise you, freshly new. Not like honestly, like.
Are you rocking
new.
a pair today?
No, I'm not. They're basketball shoes. See, I'm gonna bring them on the court one day.
Okay.
All right, and then what other sizes did he have? He didn't offer me any new Pumas.
Who else endorses Puma in the NBA?
I know Rozier has a deal with Pumas.
Do they make big?
I think maybe Jalen.
Are there
maybe
basketball
LaMelo
shoes?
Ball?
LaMelo Ball, Puma. Yeah, LaMelo Ball.
Are there basketball shoes
You
any
don't use the
good?
triple
Michael
B print?
Porter Jr., Marcus Smart, Scoot Henderson,
Oh, it's good.
R.J. Barrett. Okay.
So Big D, you got 3 pairs of
3
new Pumas
pairs of
because
brand
my
new
boy
Pumas.
Bernard Thompson showed up, coming all the way up from the border. I mean, he's
Exactly.
down at the border. Jack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you just say his name?
Whose name?
The guy? Did you just,
Bernard,
Did you
yeah,
just,
BT.
Oh, well, just say you might want to be careful because you never know. You know.
Oh man, listen. Let me tell you something. That dude works in a hospital. He's a real dude. You know.
I don't know what that means.
He's a real dude.
So
Supposed
wait,
to
he
not a real dude.
has a new Tesla, and what does he do at the hospital?
Next
is he a
week
doctor?
he's
He's a
moving.
surgeon.
Next week he's
Oh,
moving
okay.
pills from the hospital. Don't worry.
Come on,
Stop.
man.
Guys, I gotta get rid of this
By the way,
stuff.
Cappy,
Yeah.
I have not found an email from Tommy about.
We'll get Tommy in here.
Good.
I look too. I don't see it myself.
We'll
I
get
don't have an
Tommy in
email
here.
from Tommy.
I'm
Get
not.
Tommy in
I'm
here
with
about
Chris
any
on
of
this
that.
one. We did post a social graphic.
And we
in
did
there.
post the social graphic.
Yeah, I'm with Chris
Okay,
on this
but
one.
I'm
Did
just
you say
saying.
Delmar's
posting it-
opening day?
Posting a social graphic and sending an email, formal email is different. I would
Cappy,
Also-
here's the thing in life, especially for people that are in, years where deals expire and they get renewed, possibly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
As I say to everybody, we all make choices. You can make the choice that you need to make in that given time.
Well, I may not be under contract at that time.
You may not be, but
Right.
if you are, I would
I
just
don't-
say we all make choices.
I don't know, man. The way you keep telling me that I'm done on right after the Mandy's. You said the Mandy's was my goodbye party.
I said it could be.
Oh, I thought you said it was.
No, I said it could be.
Okay. What's
Better
the
go
date
out
of the
with
Mandy's?
a bang, Cappy.
Yeah, I should go out with a bang. You're right. Baseball. In the meantime, all I know is my boy DeAndre got 3 brand new pairs of Pumas. That's
Nice.
all I know.
Shout out to Bernard, man. I'm forever grateful for that.
I don't see this email either, George.
Yeah, I
Forever
have
grateful.
looked up and down. I have not seen anything with it
Wow, you
from
hear
Tommy.
this, Chris?
I'm
Wow.
not. It's not my thing.
There's
It's
an
Tommy.
investigation going on.
I'm just
right
saying, like I don't delete emails.
But I would just say this. Based on the list of people that have gone the wrong way against Tommy,
now. Uh-oh.
I wouldn't go the wrong way against
I'm not
Tommy.
going the wrong
Well,
way
wait,
against.
don't you?
No, wait.
Don't you remember last year? Like
He's got a
asked-
body count.
He
First-
asked about the dates.
Yeah. First of all, there's not going against Tommy if there's no email.
He's got the body count.
Okay, that's fine. So do I.
Nah. Yeah, but not on the GKB side.
Yeah.
On the other side, maybe.
Little do you know.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go against Tommy.
Don't go against me.
He's the
either.
boss of the family now.
I got your back, Cappy.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh,
Appreciate
yeah. Please,
that.
if there's one guy that never has your back happy, it's
I
George
just said it
Sedano.
on the air.
No,
Live
come
on the air.
on. That's
There's
like
no email.
That's like Shohei saying I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Come on.
Shohei didn't know.
You've got
Well, the
Cappy's
feds
back.
will know.
You got Cappy's back?
I got Cappy's back on this one.
Okay.
Just on this one, though.
Just on this one.
That was very clear. See, the words are very clear. I got your back on this one.
That's what Ohtani probably said to his interpreter. Don't worry, bro. I got your back. I'll make those payments for you.
Yeah.
And by the way, come over to my car. I got some new Pumas in the back. I gotta share with you.
Exactly. All right. Let's get to Ohtani in a second. But first, Cappy, we had a lot of great partners at the pickleball event, including our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. And let me tell you something, parents. I know what you're thinking. Oh, my goodness, taking my kids to the dentist is a huge pain in the you-know-what. Yeah, it usually is, but you haven't seen this place. I went to their West Covina office the other day. It is out of control. There is no way a kid wouldn't love this place. First of all, you walk in, they got this like huge fish tank, all these fish in there. The kids will love that. They got iPads everywhere, movies playing everywhere. I mean, legitimately like a crafts table. Like, this place is insane. Like, I wish they would have had something like this when I was a kid. You want the best for your kids, right? Well, choosing the right dentist, it doesn't have to be challenging anymore because you go to Children's Dental Fun Zone in one of their 17 locations across Southern California, and you're good to go. Whether you're in the IE, whether you're in the OC, whether you're in LA County, you know, the valleys, both valleys, they got you up there in LA County. So they're good to go at Children's Dental Fun Zone, specializing in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment, personal attention your kids deserve, and they got all the stuff I mentioned, movies, iPads, toys for your kids to play while they're there. And for parents, this is important. They accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. So to book your child's next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, it's got fun in the name, man. That's all you need to know. Go to their website, cdfzone.com, Children's Dental Fun Zone, cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario Rees.
You know us from the LAFC radio broadcasts.
Now we have a new podcast called LAFC Plus, and you can find it on the ESPN LA app.
LAFC Plus brings you all the latest on the black and gold.
Plus, we break down the latest news and interesting stories from around MLS.
For all the news, fun, insight, and everything that is MLS and LAFC, join us on LAFC Plus.
LAFC! It's available on the ESPN LA app and everywhere you get your podcast.
Join us.
All right, Parker. What's up, Greg? Spring training. All right, Parker. Jeez. Little Ohtani and Dodger blue. Yeah, why are you looking at the camera? I don't know. Let's start over. All right, Parker. Dodger spring training. That's right, Greg. Ohtani and Dodger blue. Yeah, Yamamoto's here. Pretty excited about that one. Tons of new faces. I mean, Kike's back. Yes, it's great. Maybe we should talk about it on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I like that idea. What do you say? 9:30, 9:55? Right, leading right into Travis and Sliwa. Get a couple guests. Maybe Marcus Grant, Travis Rogers, perhaps? Yep, just have a bunch of people come in. Maybe Clinton Yates will even find his way in. Oh, you know, you always want to have the handsome man president right there. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we should do that. We'll do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel, thanks to LAX.
Show this week, so I needed to throw a little extra anarchy in on a Monday.
Yeah, I don't have enough going on. I appreciate that.
You know,
this
we got a bowl. It's like this show has a bowl. There's a bowl of stuff, and then you know, only one show together. So it's you know, let's throw some anarchy in there.
I like
I had no
anarchy.
idea.
Yeah.
On this day in 1972, the #1 hit America.
Yep.
A horse with no name. Like the Pepe horse or just a regular horse?
Yeah,
By the way, Pepe was
The horse.
Pepe was out there Saturday in the pouring rain.
I know.
Looking money.
Oh yeah.
Hey, by the way, speaking of this song, hold on, Big D. Put this up for one quick second. Chris, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am for Friday night.
Yes.
At the Whiskey in West Hollywood, you, me, and Mace bringing Yachtly Crew onto the stage. And I know they're playing back-to-back nights at the Whiskey. Saturday night's jam-packed, completely sold out. Friday, limited number of tickets still kind of available. I want everybody to get out there on Friday night. Now, what we did, Chris, is we got hotel rooms across the street.
Nice.
Because I'm telling you right now, it is on like the break of dawn on Friday night.
Beautiful.
Okay.
We'll get to that more coming up. Yachtly Crew Friday night at the Whiskey. Get your tickets. Saturday is sold out, as Cappy mentioned. And we're going to party. Plus, I believe Corporate Greg will be there. Producer Lindsay might be in the building. Some of the COT and the CTO. Why not? They'll be there too. But now, hit the music, D. It is time for Cappy's Daily Affirmations. And then we'll talk about Shohei.
Okay, here it comes. Everybody ready?
Sure.
Now, you don't. Yeah, I don't.
What does sure mean?
I don't feel like you're really ready.
I mean, I'm ready.
Take a deep breath. Be present in the moment.
I literally just did that to make Chris laugh. It was really my only intention to say that word for that.
Okay, everybody. Here are your 3 daily affirmations. Remember,
ahead. Yeah.
for those of you that are just getting with us, why are you doing this?
Go ahead.
It's just because I keep telling myself how fat I am.
Well,
how
you have
disgusting
visceral
I am.
fat. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see Radio Michael out there on
I did.
Saturday?
I did.
With his shirt that says 100% visceral fat?
Yeah, I
And
saw
he's
it.
an Indian dude. You know that?
Yeah. And I met Jasmeet the day before at Islands, and then he was there at the pickleball as well. He was the guy who tweeted us that one day.
Here is, that's right, Jasmeet, that's right. Here are our daily affirmations for those of us that say mean things to ourselves. Number 1. This is short and sweet, George. I am magnificent.
Like the Magnificent Morocco?
Love the Magnificent Morocco. Great wrestler.
Yeah.
Here's number 2. I abandon my old habits and take up new, more positive ones. See, so like when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't say to myself, you fat, ugly, disgusting pig. I look at myself and I go, you know, for your age and for what you do and how you live and how you eat, you know, you look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Here's number 3.
Número 3.
I radiate beauty, charm, and grace.
Definitely 2 out of the 3.
Let that sink in, people. Say it with me. I radiate beauty,
I radiate
charm,
beauty, charm,
and grace.
and grace.
Very good, Lindsay Baseball. Very, very good. There's your daily affirmations, everybody.
All right. Sounds good, Cappy. Now, do you believe that, what did you believe Shohei radiated today?
I would call it backpedaling. I would call it.
Really? That's an interesting choice, but go ahead.
Listen, here's the thing. The story came out the way it did, and there were so many versions from the beginning that I don't know who to believe and who not to believe. And because of that, I have lots and lots of skepticism in my brain. Look, could Shohei Ohtani, unbeknownst to him, have had his best friend take money and send it to an illegal bookmaker without Ohtani knowing that $4.5 million was gone? Sure. Okay, fine. That could happen.
Not
I
really.
believe that. Okay?
I don't.
But here's the flip side question. You ready? You're the bookmaker. You're not dealing with Ohtani. You're dealing with the interpreter. So what bookie do you guys know? Because if you do, let me get his number. What bookie do you know that lets you have $4.5 million worth of credit? Wait,
I believe that. Okay, so let's backtrack a little. Okay.
All right.
So we've learned today that Ipe didn't go to UC Riverside. He lied about that, right?
Well, we've learned that there is a report that UC Riverside says
he has claimed that he went to school there.
Right, and they have
they say we have no recollection of him, or no evidence of him even attending the school.
That is the report. Yeah,
correct. I mean, the school's not going to lie.
Why not?
Oh, come on.
They're in on it, you know.
Are you serious with this?
All I'm saying is
like,
that,
hold on.
Yeah.
What incentive does the University of California Riverside have to lie about this?
Well, this is me being a skeptic here, okay? that between the time it was announced
I
and
feel
the
like
time
I feel like go ahead. Just go ahead.
and the time that we are now hearing this story, which came out yesterday, I don't know, maybe somebody gets to them and they go, hey, listen, we're going to make a nice donation here. Here's what you guys say.
I feel like today is going to be one of those days where I'm going to reach through this microphone.
Don't do it. No, leave me alone.
Like,
leave
go
me alone.
through here,
no,
all these
leave
wires,
me alone.
and strangle you.
No, you leave me alone, Mr.
And
Black
then
Belt.
throw you into the bus. You're not even getting a car.
Yeah. So wait. So I'm not going to Terminal H. You're going to throw me into the bus.
Terminal O.
Oh, Terminal O. Well, it's right next to Terminal H because it's OH, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's further down.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I mean, listen. I know it sounds crazy and it sounds ridiculous. And look.
So now you're saying a school is lying, like a public institution.
I'm saying that now when you have a crisis manager at work, okay, what is it you want to do? You want to discredit one side, right? Who has the money, Ohtani or the interpreter? Ohtani has the money. So he hires the very best crisis management team you can find, and then they go to work on discrediting the guy who's – you want to turn him into a liar. Look, I would say this, George. If UC Riverside comes out and says that he never went to school there, I tend to believe them, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
You know who else I really believe? I believe the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, why are they going to lie? And the Yankees too, by the way.
Well, here's why the Red Sox might lie. But here's why they might. Because Major League Baseball then goes to them and says, hey, look, we got to cover this whole thing up. As far as you know, he never worked for you guys. And now, hey, no, that's the way it's got to be. We got to protect our biggest fish here, Ohtani. As far as you guys know, this guy's a liar, and he never worked for you.
It's like the mob. Like he was like, he never worked for you. He never worked for you. It never happened.
Go ahead, Cappy.
I mean, the thing is that I didn't watch this Ohtani press conference this afternoon and walk away and go, well, he's innocent. I didn't walk away from it and go, well, he's guilty. I just walked away and said, that's what you probably are supposed to do, is you distance yourself from the guy who you're now saying stole from you.
Here's the answer that nobody wants to hear because it's boring. It's not hot takey. It doesn't allow for a show to continue and continue speculation. You know what's going to happen? The feds are involved. You know who never loses? The feds. So we're going to find out exactly what happened.
So my question is, people are like, oh, well, you hear all the time about business managers stealing their, celebrities' money and blah, blah, blah. That stuff also happens because they're like using third-party companies to like fleece people and siphon money over a period of time.
DeMarco was on earlier talking about he knew players that legitimately had a very similar situation.
Where they had a $500,000 wire transfer go from their bank.
$500,000 also is relative to what the person was making. Like, there's that. But the guy makes $60 million just on endorsements every year.
Okay, but again, do people really believe that multiple...
Do you think Shohei Ohtani's checking his bank account every day?
I would imagine if he noticed $1 million over a period of time and say, hey, that's a pretty big transaction that was wired.
There's a reason Shaquille O'Neal says that he had 3 people managing his money and a 4th person watching them.
Well, why doesn't Ohtani have somebody managing his money?
Well, I don't know if he does or doesn't.
He said he doesn't.
Okay, well, then there you go.
Well, I'll tell you guys, seriously.
I just don't believe that $500,000 multiple times.
Because you're thinking it in terms of normal people.
But even then, that's still like, it's not, he deferred all his money, so, I feel like it's not like he has that. He doesn't have $700 million in the bank.
Right, that goes to show you how little he cares about money.
Okay.
He deferred $68 million a year.
I just don't know, like, if I have to, like, prove my identity to send, like, $1,000 domestic wire transfer, I don't know how. It'd be one thing if it was, like, siphoned and funded, like, all these different ways, but a $500,000 bank-to-bank wire transfer from his bank to the bookie.
We don't know that's exactly how it went down.
That's what ESPN reported.
Well, the other thing is...
We don't know that's for sure, though.
But
ESPN also reported initially, like, not to disrespect our guys, but initially their story was about Ipe, and there was a lot of stuff that we, at least now, are led to believe is not true.
Well, again, I think that the way the story was originally reported, particularly by ESPN, leads me to have a lot of questions and not just
there's a lot of questions. There's no question about that.
I don't feel like Ohtani today made it say, oh, you know what? It goes away from here. Now, I will say this. There are a lot of people who are listening today who are Dodger fans, and you know what? They don't care. They don't care. All they care about is go hit home runs, rehab your arm, come back and pitch fireballs, and let's get on with baseball. they don't want to hear about this because they got their guy. Everybody said Ohtani a year ago. The Dodgers didn't do anything a year ago in preparation for getting Ohtani this year. The Dodgers went out and spent over $1 billion this year in player acquisitions. All Dodger fans want to hear about is we're going to win the World Series. And this is a distraction from winning the World Series. So they don't want to hear about it. But I know for me, when you combine superstar with hundreds of millions of dollars, with lying and cheating and illegal gambling, I mean, the only thing this thing needs is a sex scandal. That's what we need now. I mean, just to make this thing the juiciest possible story ever.
Hey, you never know. Maybe his whole wife thing was a cover-up. Part of that was the next domino to fall, Cap.
I don't know. Listen,
I'm only kidding,
George,
of
but
course.
George, listen. Could Ohtani's interpreter have stolen this money out from underneath his nose without him knowing? Yes, 1,000%. Listen, I've been the victim of this once before in my life, okay? I had somebody who worked for me, and this person had access to my bank accounts because this person was making payments through my bank accounts. So they had access to it. And by the way, I trusted this person with my life. This person would never steal from me, never. This person had access to my bank accounts. Guess what? About, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks into it, all of a sudden I realized there's a bunch of money missing. And listen, it wasn't millions of dollars. It wasn't hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was a few tens of thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden the money was gone. Where did it go? It was so easily trackable. It was all electric. It wasn't cash. And when I found out that somebody who I trusted so intimately legitimately stole from me, and then this person said, no, I didn't steal from you. This person tried to turn the whole thing around. And so could all of that same stuff be happening here to Ohtani? Sure, absolutely, of course. But it just seems fishy because of the way it was originally reported.
Okay, well, let's attack some of that on the other side. How about that?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Also, the Lakers have won 3 in a row if you're just keeping tabs at home. But anyway, speaking of the Lakers, my guy Jacob, big Laker fan. Of course, Big Dance is here too. And you know what? This is what teams have been looking forward to all season. They can't wait to compete in the tournament. You know my guy Jacob, his opponent in the bracket? That's right, insurance companies. But for Jacob, he treats every day like it's the madness of March. Jacob has scouted the competition, knows what they'll try to do. So if you get into an accident, you call him, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Jacob's able to counteract their attempts to lowball you, the insurance company, that is. And you don't pay a penny out of pocket. That's right. That's right. Jacob is able to cover your medical expenses, your car rental, and get you the settlement that you deserve. Jacob has been doing this for more than 25 years, so experience matters, guys, when you're dealing with those insurance companies. Don't take a chance. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, and let him continue to win big on your behalf. Guys, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. You call Jacob, he'll win for you. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario Rees.
You know us from the LAFC radio broadcasts.
Now we have a new podcast called LAFC Plus, and you can find it on the ESPN LA app.
LAFC Plus brings you all the latest on the black and gold.
Plus, we break down the latest news and interesting stories from around MLS.
For all the news, fun, insight, and everything that is MLS and LAFC, join us on LAFC Plus.
LAFC!
It's available on the ESPN LA app and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Join us.
All right, Parker. What's up, Greg? Spring training. All right, Parker. Jeez. Little Ohtani and Dodger Blue. Yeah, why are you looking at the camera? I don't know. Let's start over. All right, Parker. Dodger spring training. That's right, Greg. Ohtani and Dodger Blue. Yeah, Yamamoto's here. Pretty excited about that one. Tons of new faces. I mean, Kike's back. Yes, it's great. Maybe we should talk about it on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I like that idea. What do you say, 9:30, 9:55? Right, leading right into Travis and Sliwa. Get a couple guests. Maybe Marcus Grant. Travis Rogers, perhaps? Yep, just have a bunch of people come in. Maybe Clinton Yates will even find his way in. Oh, you know, you always want to have the handsome man president right there. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we should do that. We'll do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Thanks to LAX.
Eight minutes in front of 5 o'clock. Sedano and Cappy, Monday afternoon.
Aretha.
The Queen of Soul. We lost her back in 2018, but happy birthday to Aretha Franklin. Yeah, Cappy.
Oh, I'm doing my dance right now. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, they know.
Go.
Here it comes, Cappy. You ready? Can you feel it, sucker?
We going riding on the freeway. Oh, in a pink Cadillac.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Robert Klapper will join us in a moment. How are you?
How are you?
Plus, in minutes, we will tell you more about producer Lindsay's parking violation, and I have an update. I have an update from Tommy Lamb.
And Mark Cates, too.
Where the email is about
Where's it at?
the All-Star Friday night.
Was it sent by him?
We're going to
we'll find out.
Yeah,
All right, we'll find out.
That's called a tease.
Can we get to
Email
Conspiracy Willie, too, later?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll call my buddy.
I want him on the air.
Conspiracy Willie?
Yep. I want that fool on the
He
air.
would love your idea of the Yankees and Red Sox were paid off, basically, by...
Not paid off. They're just cooperating with Major League Baseball.
I love a good conspiracy. Let's do it.
Oh. All right, let's talk to Dr. Klapper. Dr. Klapper, bring sanity back to this program, sir. How are you?
How are you?
How
are you? Boy.
Oh, you know, Klapper, thank God you're here. Because honestly, between Cappy and Lindsay and Christopher today, DeAndre's the only other person here who has got any semblance of sanity with me today. So I'm glad that now we can even up the room a little bit. So what do you got for us today, Dr. Klapper?
Well, what's so exciting in the world of sports medicine, we all went through the Aaron Rodgers where he almost came back mid-season from his Achilles tendon. What a revolution this technology means for the weekend warrior. Well, we're seeing right now, George Sedano, in the Phoenix Suns, something that I never thought I'd see before in my whole life, being a busy hip surgeon, which is Isaiah Thomas coming back with a hip implant to play for the Phoenix Suns. That's how revolutionary this whole idea is, and we're seeing it in Isaiah Thomas. And I'm just so excited, and I'm happy to give a Klapper vision if you want.
Oh, please let us know about IT, who the Lakers could potentially see in the play-in game at some point.
Yes, and let me tell you, he's going to be playing just fine. It's the same surgery Andy Murray, the tennis player, had. And we remember Bo Jackson, right? He hurt his hip. He had a hip replacement. He tried his best to come back. You can't, and I'm a guy who's done thousands of them, you can't come back to an elite level of play professionally after a hip replacement. Yet, the operation is different. He's had something called a Birmingham hip or a hip resurfacing. So let me give you a Klapper vision to explain what it is. I don't know if you're familiar with Carvel ice cream.
Oh, I love Carvel ice cream.
Yeah,
oh,
Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah.
And there's actually one here in L.A., which I didn't realize. So let's pretend, Klapper vision, you've got a cone of vanilla ice cream of Carvel. Smooth, glistening, just like the cartilage on top of the ball and socket joint. Arthritis is as though you rolled it in sprinkles. It's no longer smooth, glistening the surface of the cartilage. A hip replacement is you literally take the ice cream off the cone, what used to be vanilla and sprinkles, and now you just get a new ice cream, let's say of chocolate. You replace the ice cream with a completely new flavor. That's a hip replacement. But what Isaiah Thomas had is a resurfacing. And only at Carvel will you enjoy something called a brown bonnet, where they literally take the cone, leave it there, and dip it upside down in the chocolate and cover it with a new, smooth, glistening surface. It's the same vanilla underneath, but now you have a new surface. That's what Isaiah Thomas has. His hip's not replaced, but he has a new cartilage surface made of cobalt chrome. It's amazing.
Interesting.
God, I want that ice cream. I want the rainbow sprinkles, because sometimes the chocolate sprinkles are also really, really amazing. But the rainbow sprinkles, especially at a Laker game when the dessert cart comes to the 710 suite, the vanilla ice cream with the rainbow sprinkles, so damn good. Oh,
yeah.
You got me thinking about it, Dr. Klapper.
The texture is what makes it.
Yeah.
So, Doc, what about Russell Westbrook? It seems like he's coming back earlier from his injury as well. He's got a hand injury, right?
Hand injuries, George, are really interesting because it's all about blood supply. You break your ankle, how long are you going to be out? 6 weeks. You break your kneecap, how long are you going to be out? 6 weeks. Every other area where I'm talking about bones that are broken, it's usually 6 weeks, but not in the hand. It's because of the circulation, and we don't have to look very far. 10 years ago, in 2014, Russell Westbrook broke his right hand, his shooting hand, and came back in less than a month. Now he's coming back 3.5 weeks after the injury, the fracture to his left hand. But here's the reason why he's so special. It's because he shoots with his right hand, but he writes letters with his left hand. He's ambidextrous. So when you have a hand fracture like he has, he's different than everybody else. He's going to come back, and unfortunately for us, because we're Laker fans, he's going to give the Clippers a lot of extra energy.
So those of us that are ambidextrous are special? I just heard that. Is that right, Doctor?
You are definitely special, Scott, and it's because you're ambidextrous. And it's really something, a sight to behold, particularly when you're a basketball player as a point guard, where you're just as dangerous with both hands.
George, did you know that I was ambidextrous?
I did not know that.
You know, when I was playing football, I kicked with my right foot, and I punted with my left foot. I just said to people,
there was a kid who's an LA kid. His name escapes me at the moment. Remember when I did that game in Idaho this past year? That big Division I AA game?
Yeah, I remember.
The kid who was the kicker and the punter, he kicked, I believe he did the same thing. He kicked with his right and he punted with his left.
I would just tell everybody I went both ways. You know what I'm saying? But now I just tell everybody I'm special.
The other interesting injury that's out there in the NBA that I know you'll be interested in is Brandon Ingram.
Oh, yeah, former Laker Brandon Ingram. He's got 3 weeks, right, at the moment?
Yes, and it's because it's a bone bruise, a contusion in his knee. And people ask, why do you have to be out so long? He's just going to be reevaluated in 2-3 weeks. But I'm not so sure he's going to be ready to play at his level of basketball by that time. And the reason is this, and let me give you a Klapper vision. When you have a bruise to your muscle,
right? And by the way, Doc, just for those that are listening, he hyperextended his knee driving to the basket.
Yes, he's lucky he didn't tear his posterior cruciate ligament, because that's usually what gets torn in a hyperextension. The fact that he just bruised his bone, but it's different when you bruise your arm versus bruising the bone. And here's a Klapper vision for you. When you look at those Olympic divers getting into the pool, that little splash as they break the surface of the water, in just a few seconds it dissipates and the water's flat again. But when you see a hockey player coming to a complete stop with his skates, scraping the frozen water of the rink, right? They need something called a Zamboni to smooth down the scratches. It's different when you actually break the surface of liquid, soft tissues. That's why a black and blue mark or a bruise in your muscle comes back in just, a limited small amount of time. But when you bruise the solid, which is the bone, like bruising the ice, you need a Zamboni. You need time before you're going to come back and feel comfortable. And you could be out for many weeks with a bone contusion.
There he is. Dr. Klapper joins us every week at 4:45, normally later in the week, but we only have one show this week, Dr.
Amazing.
Klapper.
Ridiculous.
So thank you so
I
much
know.
for joining us on our very weird week.
It's my pleasure, and thanks to Lindsay and Chris, and you guys are great. Keep up the great work. We all love listening to you.
All right, Doc, thank you, buddy. Take care. There he is, the great Dr. Klapper with us here.
Bye, doctor.
How are you? Klapper Vision. There you go, Cappy. Cappy, from one friend to another.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Klapper, now tell us about your friend. Hello.
Everybody talks about it now. I mean, I got to tell you, out at the pickleball event on Saturday, even though there was no pickleball, people come up to me and they're like, hello. Everybody loves Abner Gat. And here's why. Because if you have a problem where you're paying your homeowner's insurance every single month, when you finally need these people, you're like, hello, had a big accident at my house, need your help. And then they come out and they're like, yeah, well, we'll give you this amount of money. And you're like, no, that's like 1/5 of what we need. You call Abner Gat, he takes care of it. That's why people love Abner Gat, because he deals with the insurance companies and he wins on your behalf, making sure that you get the best result, not the insurance company. Okay? George, do you know that tomorrow evening, even though we're not on the air tomorrow, I'm going to dinner with Abner Gat tomorrow night. Did you know this?
I did not. No.
Yes.
Make sure when you see him, you tell him I say, hello.
I will do that. Listen, Abner Gat has all the 5-star ratings, whether it's Yelp or the Better Business Bureau or Google. And what that tells you is that he takes care of business. It's like I always say, nobody, and I mean nobody, messes with Abner Gat and his team. If you find yourself in that situation where your homeowner's insurance company does not want to pay you what it's going to take to fix the damage in your home, and you've paid them every month like you're supposed to, you call Abner. He takes care of it. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or make it even easier, go visit his website, Abner Gat, AVNERGAT, AbnerGat.com.
The most
All right, Parker. What's up, Greg? Spring training. All right, Parker. Jeez. Little Ohtani and Dodger Blue. Yeah, why are you looking at the camera? I don't know. Let's start over. All right, Parker. Dodger spring training. That's right, Greg. Ohtani and Dodger Blue. Yeah, Yamamoto's here. Pretty excited about that one. Tons of new faces. I mean, Kike's back. Yes, it's great. Maybe we should talk about it on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I like that idea. What do you say? 9:30, 9:55? Right, leading right into Travis and Sliwa. Get a couple guests. Maybe Marcus Grant, Travis Rogers, perhaps? Yep, just have a bunch of people come in. Maybe Clinton Yates will even find his way in. Oh, you know, you always want to have the handsome man president right there. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we should do that. We'll do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel, thanks to LAX.
.504 in the Southland on a Monday afternoon. Sedano and Cappy coming up in minutes. Oh, I got you and Cappy, Sedano. We got evidence now.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
I-team investigation.
But was the email from Tommy?
I will tell you.
Okay, well, you said the email's from Tommy.
You
That's what I
say
looked for.
Kikuchi.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it is time for what you need to know.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
By the
It's
way,
interesting you say Kikuchi and the Toronto Blue Jays highlights.
Well, he's
are
a
on now.
Japanese legend.
Well, and he also plays for the Blue Jays.
Oh, and he plays for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. Sorry, my microphone is.
Yeah, you need to tighten that thing up. Yeah.
We got
Come on,
problems with
Tulsa.
this thing now,
Tulsa.
too.
No, it's tighten up on the drums, as Archie Bell once said.
Oh, wait, hang on.
No, you don't have to hit that one.
Oh, okay.
DeAndre
Sorry.
has to hit it.
By the way,
Does this thing work? Hello.
the kid I was talking about, Idaho, who's an LA kid, that is like you, Cappy, ambidextrous with his feet.
Special. Yeah.
Right. He kicks with his right and punts with his left. Ricardo Chavez.
Not Ricardo Montalban.
No, Ricardo Chavez. And his uncle, he does a lot. He does a lot of the games. He's an A2 or an A1, I believe. So he basically works behind the scenes at a lot of basketball games.
Oh, nice.
So he's at a lot of Spectrum games. He does a lot of ESPN games. I see him around all the time. So
Beautiful. Take it away, producer Lizzie.
By the way, we talked about the ambidextrous pitcher, I think, last week, right? Was that last week?
I don't remember that.
The college guy, DeAndre brought it up. He pitches with both arms. And, I thought that would be illegal to be able to switch which side you're pitching from?
No. Yeah, there's a kid in college, right? That kid that you guys were talking about. But he pitched. I want to say the first time we saw him was during the College World Series, maybe not in the College World Series, but the playoffs leading up to that. I think last season.
It was Brian Cohen who brought it up. That's why DeAndre just looked at me funny.
So on Mason and Ireland when you were filming it on that
Correct.
show.
The days all just kind of melt together.
No, come on now.
Don't get it twisted, homegirl.
Oh, we said it together.
I'm pretty sure he's. Doesn't he play for an SEC school or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can pitch. Is that legal in the majors, by the way?
Mississippi State. Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, because that's, they have all those rules about the batters. You can't switch hit. You can't change positions, sides of the plate, during an at-bat.
I don't know the specifics.
Maybe
of that.
you can't switch
in mid batter.
Right. Maybe you got to wait till
Maybe
the
you have
next
to wait
batter.
till the next batter.
And then you say, let's reset this.
Yeah, Greg has popped his head
Corporate
in.
Greg, does he have baseball knowledge?
He does.
Dodgers.
Oh, you turned the mic on.
Used to have a guy named Pat Venditti. He pitched with both arms, and you just can't do it to the same batter.
Right.
You just have to wait till the next guy comes up.
How long ago was Pat Venditti with the Dodgers?
Pat Venditti?
That was
wasn't that long ago, right?
15 years ago, 10 years ago? Because I
That's
remember Mason brought that up, but he didn't know that part of it, whether or not you could switch.
That's good boys and blue knowledge. That's why Corporate Greg hosts the Blue Review each weekday morning at 9:30 a.m. on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles. Meanwhile, take it away, Brittany.
And that is what you need to know. No, just kidding. Wendy's customers around the country may soon be able to receive their orders via drone thanks to a new collaboration between DoorDash and Alphabet's Wing, which is the food delivery company. A pilot program rolled out Thursday in Virginia, and they have drones dropping off burgers, fries, and a Frosty in 30 minutes or less via DoorDash.
Really?
Yeah.
So the drone is delivering?
Yeah, what's the range on the drone? If I got a Wendy's 5 miles away from my house and I call in and I want a double cheeseburger with everything.
What if the drone drops stuff on the way over there?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be messy.
Right. Like a Frosty lands on my windshield and I think a bird's got terrible diarrhea.
Right.
They fly at 65 miles per hour before gently dropping them off on a customer's front lawn.
Gently, my ass.
But I got a lot of trees in my front yard, so how does it not hit a tree?
That's a good question. They probably scoop under the trees.
So you're telling me this drone can go underneath my trees and deliver it still to the door?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a drone. It's not an airplane.
You know what they got to do? They got to hire these guys that currently work in the military that fly drones all over the world. That's what they do. I now work for Wendy's. I had a distinguished military career, 25 years flying drones, but now I fly drones for Wendy's. I deliver Frosties.
No, it says they're done through AI.
Oh, really? AI does it?
I don't
Just
trust
like the cars that drive themselves.
DeAndre,
I mean, I trust a drone flying around more than I do a car
You
driving
see now
itself.
these Waymo cars driving around.
Yeah.
They're beta testing to get things. Would you really
Oh
get
no,
in
they're
one?
not beta testing anymore. They are officially live in LA as of last
Would
Thursday.
you get in one?
I would, yeah.
Really?
In fact, me and Greg were talking about doing a bit where we take a camera and go in one of the Waymos because no one else wants to do it. I'd do
I'm
it.
good.
I'd do it.
You and Greg in a bit together? I love that.
Yeah. Okay.
Just can't help yourself sometimes. Yeah.
What?
I don't get it. What's the joke?
There is no joke.
He's just happy. He just has to do it.
I don't get what the joke is.
Just that
there
you
was no
guys are
joke.
doing a bit together. He just has to make some kind of comment. He can't just say, "Oh, that's cool."
No, it is cool.
I wouldn't get in.
I mean, wouldn't you want to see? You said yourself, you wouldn't get in
What
one.
happens if somebody attacks the car? What are you gonna do?
What do you mean if somebody attacks the car? Well, that
What's
happened
she
the
gonna
other
do?
day.
She's going to protect Greg. What do you think she's going to do?
Don't you remember the guy who tried to steal one and he got yelled at? He got scolded by the OnStar.
I literally found my chair on that one.
Lindsay will kick ass.
Let's hope we have video of that back there, social team.
Terrible, Cappy.
Meanwhile, that is what you need to know.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Do you want it now?
Yeah,
About
go
the
ahead.
email?
Tell us. Go ahead.
So first part, that when we posted on Monday, January 4th,
Okay.
the social media graphic.
Not
that-
December.
Not
You
December.
said December.
Hold
Well,
on.
you said
I'm gonna-
December, so
That's
there's
the
already a
email.
discrepancy.
That's
You
the
said
email.
Kikuchi.
That's the email. This is the social media post.
Okay.
We'll get to the email next.
Okay.
The social media post was made on Monday, January 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It had all 4 of our signature events with the dates.
Right.
when you click on the likes, do you know 2 people that liked it?
Me and Cappy.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. You know what it is? Because 9 times out of 10, I will like anything the station puts out.
Wait a second. Hold on. How do you like
Because
an
it
email?
amplifies for people to see it.
We're not talking about the email. We're talking about the social media
Okay,
post first.
But the email, where's
so
the
now,
email?
let's go back to the email.
Right.
Okay.
I said to Tommy, you sent out that email. He said, no, Janessa did it. I said, Come
Big
to find
difference.
out, Janessa said no, Morales was going to do it.
Oh, so it never got sent.
Never got sent.
Ah, you see?
Really?
So I don't care if I like some posts because I like a million posts from ESPN Los Angeles, just like Cappy does.
Yeah, I always liked everything. I'm like, hey, you guys put it out. I like
Wouldn't
it.
you look at it, though?
No, I just,
If you guys
we put
post it,
out-
I'm not going to. I should feel like I didn't have to filter it.
So wait, so you were supposed to send the email, Chris,
No,
and you
I
didn't
think,
send
I think
it?
Tommy was actually supposed to send the email.
So now, to Lindsay's
blaming
point
Tommy.
earlier, there was no email.
There was no email.
but
Thank
it's still
you.
March.
Right.
Okay.
Plenty of time to move it.
So, but if you move it, now we're moving it to July 19th.
Well,
We're not moving-
it definitely can't be there July 19th.
So this is the decision we have to make.
Well,
Right.
me and Cappy can't be there on the 12th.
July 12th,
No,
I may
you
not
can't
be
be there. Cappy has to make a decision whether he can be
I
there.
may not be able to be there July 12th either. I mean, it just depends on Summer League. So.
Boy, all of a sudden, things are getting awfully tight around
I
here.
really, really want to be at softball game. That was a blast.
Yeah, it's my favorite
I mean,
event.
I'd love to see Steve Mason, fall flat on his face again. But
It's my favorite signature
No,
event
I
of the
feel
year.
like he really got injured.
I mean,
He
did
was-
he? He played the rest of the game,
Yeah, but wasn't there blood?
so there was
I
blood.
feel like a lot of people were slipping and sliding. The people that didn't wear cleats. There was
Yeah.
some,
I don't know. Mason's knees were all bloody. I mean, it was
Yeah.
kind of weird. You know what I mean?
And then
So there was
Pepe-
no email.
And
Anyway.
then Pepe said, "Oh,
Point stands. No email.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, listen,
The horse.
Tommy is open to moving it. I told him if Cappy can't make it, first of all, Cappy, if he really chooses Del Mar over us, then that's going to be a bigger problem.
Well, that's whatever. I don't know the reasons why.
But now
I'm
you're
just telling
saying
you there's no
can't,
email.
you can't be there on the 19th at all.
all I'm saying
Well,
is that
I
on
won't
my
even be in the
calendar it
country
says
on the
Del Mar.
19th.
Where are you going to be? Oh, you're in the, yeah.
I'm in Europe.
My calendar says Del Mar on the 12th. It doesn't say softball game on the 12th.
But you liked the post. Did you not?
What else? What else was on the post?
The 4 dates of the 4 signature events.
I like the other 3.
No, actually, technically, you had issue with the Mandy's, too, that date, originally.
Yes, but I've decided how I can work around the Mandy's.
No, I know.
By the way, so we have a tweet in the Sedano Kap Circle of Trust from Leo Hirsch.
Okay, what's Leo's story?
Leo says, I was a personal assistant for a big-time manager. He would text me to get him money or have me send money to his, quote, girlfriends. I would just send an email to his business manager, and they would transfer money or have the money ready to get picked up.
Correct. But a business manager
yeah,
would know
Ipe's-
what's going on.
Ipe is not a business manager.
No.
He's his translator."
But what he's saying is even
big
this
difference.
guy had the ability to just
Right. So
send them.
eBay,
Sure,
so
but I
eBay
would
send
trust
a
the
note.
business manager.
Right. So eBay would send a note to the business manager.
Right.
Don't you think the
He
business
doesn't
manager
have a business manager is the
Right,
point.
exactly.
How could he not have a business
Come
manager?
on,
So why
that's
do you have a
ridiculous.
translator sending money?
How could somebody be worth that much money, be that important to Major League Baseball,
who's
and
paying
not
his
have a
bills?
business
I mean,
manager?
I'm sure there's somebody paying his bills.
So wouldn't that person go, hey, eBay keeps asking for this money, Jack?
And he wants me to wire it to a bookie.
Yeah.
Well, remember
And he
though.
said, okay.
Just remember this though,
Well, but why would the word loan be in the subject line?
because maybe when Ohtani sent the wire transfer, he wrote loan as in, hey, I got to remember that this money went out and it was a loan.
So
Doesn't
let's just-
seem that far
Let's
fetched.
play this out in a local arena. Let's say you're Keyshawn Johnson's money manager, George Sedano.
Well, but we know Keyshawn watches every penny.
He does, but let's just say he doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm his friend, right? I'm his interpreter.
I mean, listen, you used to handle his social media.
Exactly. And I say,
Thus
hey,
an interpreter.
hey,
I mean, you still have emojis that are black emojis.
easy.
They're black people emojis.
You do.
Hey, when
you
you
do.
send me a
I
thumbs up-
pointed that out.
Hold on. Wait, hold
Wait, you never noticed it, DeAndre?
Hold on.
Yeah, because he
let's hear this.
was running Keys social media, so he would, and then he would send us emojis,
Yep,
and it would be
still does.
Because
It would be black people emojis.
it was far more dangerous to use the wrong emojis on his social media than for me just to use it.
I mean, I don't think people would be like going that nuts if you sent a white person emoji in Keyshawn's
You
tweet
know who
or
would
something.
be going nuts?
Key?
Yes.
Oh.
I did point out like a week or two ago. Oh, by the way, you still have the black emojis from
But no,
for Keyshawn.
they're,
I
no,
use
they're
black
just,
emojis. What's wrong with that?
They're just the darker
no.
tan ones. I'm a tanned person some days.
Listen,
No,
I have the
they're
I use the
black.
brown ones, so I
Yeah,
know, but
I
I'm
use
brown.
the brown ones a lot. I'm brown too. No.
You're brown adjacent.
At least I'm. Yeah, let's not get into this.
Wow.
I'm more LA brown than you are. How about that?
Oh.
I guess whatever that means.
Yeah.
I mean, I
brown is
speak
brown.
Spanish. Is that more?
I don't speak Spanish.
There you go. So I'm more
So
LA
therefore,
brown
you're
now.
browner. Hey, I'm more brown than Morales is too because I speak more Spanish than he does.
I don't know about that.
Yes, no, it's true.
I don't know about that.
Anyway,
what were we saying?
here's what we were saying.
So
Let
if
me-
I
let
came
me-
to you, and said, "Hey, I need $200,000 for a loan," and you said, "Okay, I know Chris. I'll do him a favor. Fine," and you don't say anything to Key. If I come back and hit you up 6 months later, you're really not going to tell the person employing you as his business manager,
Well, but
hey, Chris keeps asking for money, and I'm wiring it to a bookie.
Ohtani is now saying, though, that he never knew about any of this, though.
Right. Well, that's what he's saying.
He's
now.
saying that he just went straight to the account and wired the money.
That's what he's saying now. But the reporting.
But
Just
the
remember,
reporting, what I told you earlier, the reporting was about the original story was an interview with Ipe.
Right, because the story was the story then, and now the story has
No,
changed.
the story was the story then because the interview was done with the interpreter.
So then
not Shohei.
Now we're saying that means, okay, let's play that all out and say that's 100% true. There's no accountant. There's no tax person. There's nobody ever reviewing his book.
I don't know.
To say, wait a minute.
But those are legitimate questions.
There's a $500,000 hit every time. Are we? Is that tax deferred?
That's exactly why he only gave a statement and didn't take questions.
Exactly.
Maybe. I don't know. There's holes. I'm not saying there aren't holes in the conversation or questions to be asked. I'm just saying this. For all the conspiracy willies out here, the feds are on the case.
Well, no, they are.
The feds don't lose. You know who's undefeated? Who's never lost? The feds.
Well, no, John Gotti won 3 times, but then they got him.
They got him.
They got him.
They got him.
Well, they got people to flip.
3. They're 1-3 now.
They got him to flip.
They got him, though. Eventually, they won.
They did win.
They didn't lose.
But just consider this.
What
That
about
last
Cappy's
week-
theory? Maybe Rob Manfred got a hold of the
Oh,
FBI
for the
too.
love of God.
But just consider this.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked at that, honestly.
The reporting originally, just go back to the reason that there are so many questions about this is because of the way the story was originally reported. ESPN sat down with the interpreter. The interpreter said, I told Ohtani I needed the wire to pay off debt.
Wait, go
According
back
to-
though, Cappy. Backstep. The reason why they sat down with the interpreter was because this illegal bookie, who also, had a thing going on with Yasiel Puig and some bets that he placed with them, they also found Ohtani's name on that list of people who placed bets. So that's why they've been working on this for months.
Okay, so the original question to Ohtani's interpreter was, what's the story here? And he goes, I told Ohtani I need to send a wire to pay off debt.
Right, but then he later said that that's not true, that he then confessed to lying about it.
Okay,
But
now
he
wait a
lied
second.
about everything else.
Confessed is an interesting word because did he confess the truth or did he tell another lie?
Right.
And you see, this is the thing, George, is that when he tells everybody that that Ohtani didn't ask him if it was illegal, he didn't ask him a question about that. See, now this is where you start poking holes into who the interpreter is. He didn't go to UC Riverside. He didn't work for the Red
So
Sox.
you think this
He
thing is
didn't
a work?
I think that when you say
I mean,
the
this is
word
like stuff
confess-
that would be written in the WWE.
Well, guess what?
No.
When you have somebody as valuable to Major League Baseball as this guy is, as Ohtani is, when you have $700 million on the line, and very frankly, I assume the Dodgers actually just said, he's a great ball player, give him the money and sign him and put a jersey on him. Nobody's doing any background checks because nobody thinks that there's anything wrong. But there is something here, and listen, maybe Ohtani becomes absolved, and maybe Ohtani didn't do anything wrong at all. But the way the story reported with multiple different variations makes people question.
Because nobody has access to Ohtani in the media. They had to go to Ipe. That's the whole problem. That's the thing that no one keeps talking about.
They don't have access to Ohtani, but people have access to his money.
He doesn't talk to reporters directly. It was always through Ipe. Always.
Well, technically, he didn't talk to reporters today either. So
That's why Pete Rose's comment is so funny. I
Oh,
think.
Pete Rose can go suck an egg.
hey,
Really?
that's the hit king.
But it is
Get outta
funny what he
here.
said.
I
What
mean,
he said
listen,
is funny.
Pete Rose.
That's Charlie Hustle.
Pete Rose is a freaking fraud.
What do you mean he's a fraud?
He's a fraud, dude.
Fraud how?
That guy is a hack at this stage. You know what? He was an incredible ball player, but he has become a caricature of himself.
That
Well-
might be true, but he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm not disputing that. There's a lot of dummies that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
There's a lot of dummies that are in the Hall of Fame.
That's true.
But it is kind of funny what Rose said today. He's like, well, if I had an interpreter, I'd be fine too. Because what he's saying is that you're protected by this notion that you don't speak the language, And listen, I think there are a lot of people out there that believe the same thing.
Oh, no, there's a lot of conspiracy willies out there. I'm telling you.
Is it really a conspiracy, though, or is it just we don't really believe it because it's a fishy story?
It's the federal government is involved.
Right,
Like,
so what are you going to do when the federal government comes back and
if they
says,
said that he's involved, then I'll say, you know what? Then he's involved.
But wait, what are you going to do when...
But isn't this America? Shouldn't we be innocent till proven guilty?
Yeah, who's saying he's guilty?
You are in the court of public opinion.
I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm saying I'm questioning it.
We just question it.
I think his original story that the interpreter said, I got in trouble, I told him I needed some money, and he helped me out. I think that's what's the truth, and that he realized after he said that, the people that Ohtani, his PR team or whatever, realized that implicates him in a crime potentially,
Right.
so that's why they backpedaled.
Yeah, because of
I
the
think
RICO.
right.
If it's RICO, if this is a RICO thing, then he's guilty.
Right.
That's how RICO works.
So if the
Rico
original
Suave?
story
No,
can be
RICO.
true,
That's how
and
they got Gotti, RICO.
That's a good reference that I didn't get.
Gosh, the Rico Suave or Rico Gotti?
No, Rico Suave I got. There was the other Rico that I didn't get.
Well, the FBI put that together.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to find out eventually.
Well, let me ask you this question, George. Because I'm saying that I have a lot of questions and I'm not sure he's innocent or I'm not sure he's guilty. I don't know yet. But do you think he's purely innocent based on what he said today?
I don't know. And I know that's not the answer people want to hear, but it's reality. I don't know.
No, but you keep kind of poking holes in everything that we're all kind of questioning.
Because
so maybe you just
I
feel that he's
believe in
completely
someone
innocent.
should be innocent, even in the court of public opinion, until proven otherwise.
Right, but the reason he's not innocent in the court of public opinion right now
is because somebody went to his interpreter instead of going to him directly for a story, and then of course the story would be different when he spoke.
Right, that story is ESPN.
But think about that logically. If you were, let's say you were involved in some sort of embezzlement case, okay?
Let's not say that, but keep going.
Okay? And I decided to go. You hang out with Chris all the time. Chris and you are BFFs. You drive him to the train station every week, right? You're sitting there next to each other at the hotel room. You're knocking over on the door. You have adjacent hotel rooms. His alarm wakes you up, okay? So you guys talk about all sorts of stuff during pillow talk before you go to bed, okay? So if you're involved in something and I go to Chris first, right, and say, hey, Chris, so what's this story I'm hearing about Cappy in this case? And then he spills certain beans, and then you say, whoa, wait a second. Those aren't the beans. What is he spilling those beans for? That's not true. I'm going to tell you the real story because it's actually involving me. And then what are we supposed to do? We should believe you, at least on the surface, because it does involve you. It only tangentially involves him.
Tangentially.
Wow, good word. Well, I don't know. All I know is this, is that Andrew Friedman had to go in front of the entire Dodger clubhouse, as does the ownership of the Dodgers, as does Ohtani's interpreter, and they all have to explain to the Dodgers what's about to happen, all because of what the interpreter apparently did. I mean, again, is Ohtani innocent? Don't know. Is he guilty? Don't know. Should we all be skeptical? I think so, because of the multiple layers of storytelling that have happened here. And
you're
by the way,
focused on the story.
Because ESPN is the one who broke it.
And I told you that they went to they went to him. They went to the interpreter.
Yeah, and once you start hiring crisis managers to start changing the details, that's when things start to really get
He hired a
fishy.
crisis manager?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you haven't read that?
I mean, okay, like, come on.
What, that's
But wait,
not a big
there
deal?
there was a representative for Ohtani that
So
arranged
you know who hired
the
a crisis?
interview.
Everybody, Cappy, rich people all hire a crisis
Right,
manager.
why?
They all do.
Right, but why?
What do you mean, but why?
Here's
because
why.
they got to deal with all the nonsense, like people like you spewing stuff that isn't necessarily true, but all just speculation and reckless at that.
Or false. Maybe true, maybe false. Don't know. But I got to hire a crisis manager right away.
I said reckless speculation is what I said. Not true or false.
It's amazing.
Reckless
It's
speculation.
amazing to hire a crisis manager, yet not have anybody handling your money. That's so weird.
If you were
That
rich,
is a good point. That is
if
a good
you,
point.
well, first of all, the people that hired the crisis manager are probably his agent. I don't know who his agency
Well,
is.
his
His
agent
agent
was
make
the
sure
one
there's
who-
somebody handling his money?
Yeah, and when his
Well,
agent's the one
listen,
who organized the interview with the interpreter in the first place.
That's also gone wrong too, because if in the NFL many years ago, not that long ago, 15 or so years ago, Drew Rosenhaus got into a lot of trouble with a lot of his clients because of something to that effect, which included guys like Terrell Owens and Clinton Portis and a lot of high-priced guys in the NFL.
Do you think Drew Rosenhaus would be letting people just take out money without him
I
knowing
don't know. He allegedly led them towards an alleged scam.
Well, yeah. But that was Drew Rosenhaus involved.
But my point is, he's one of the biggest NFL agents in the world.
Right, but you would think that somebody is looking at the money.
Oh, maybe not.
Is Ohtani doing his own taxes?
No, he's not on
Yes, he goes to
TurboTax.
H&R Block.
Right.
He
He's
goes
not
to
on
H&R
TurboTax.
Block.
Somebody won't get
he
his
goes
taxes,
into the mall.
right? Somebody
he goes
did
into
them
the mall.
for him. Somebody said, "Where's these $500,000?"
It
Is that a
says it
write-off?
goes back to 2021. These transactions go back to 2021. So how does he not know in 3 years?
Or somebody. How about not him? I'm fine with saying not him. That there's somebody that knew,
Right, but
too.
that's the whole point. Him is the point here.
Right. But to believe that the interpreter is drawing out his own wires and nobody else knows, I don't believe that.
Yeah,
So
if
maybe
that's
it's
the
a
case,
bigger
he needs to
scandal
fire everybody.
within Ohtani's world.
Yeah, he needs to fire everyone.
Now that is more believable than what Cappy's alleging, which is that Major League Baseball's telling the Red Sox and Yankees to be in on it. Like, come on.
I'm not alleging it. I'm saying that as you're trying to clean up the story, it's pretty easy to go to the teams that are, in your league and go, hey, listen, we got a big mess on our hands here. As far as you guys know, he never worked for you. And they come out and they go, he never worked for us. I mean, why is that so far-fetched?
I don't know, but we won 26 minutes nonstop, which means we got to catch up.
No, but I love it because George is on fire today.
No, Cappy's got to do prize picks.
Yeah, I do have to do
All right,
prize
and
picks.
and then do a big break, and then Radio Tinder.
Hey, by the way, on prize picks, I actually had made
I
a
hope you
play.
pick Ohtani.
Well, I'm glad you said that because before the season, baseball season is officially underway because of the Dodgers and the Padres played those 2 games. So I actually went today to make a play on a future because I originally was going to play Ohtani, and I don't remember what the exact number was. How many home runs will Ohtani hit for the season? More than 42 or less than 42? Today, I wanted to go play less than 42 under the idea that either A, he might be distracted, or B, at some point, theoretically, maybe he gets suspended. Either way, I'm like, I want to play less than, but the season already started. Now, listen, if you're like me and you're a little late to this party, when you get to the Prize Picks app, when you go to the top, it's got all the categories. College basketball, NBA, Major League Baseball, and then you're going to see something Major League Baseball SZN, season. So that's stuff that you can play for the year. How many wins will the Dodgers have?
Wow,
More
Cappy,
or
that was
less?
great. That was very observant of you.
We were
Which
in here
part?
last listening and laughed when you said SC.
That's SZN. You know what that means? Season.
Oh, yeah, wait, I didn't know. I actually didn't know because season is spelled SEASON. So why SZN? What does SZN mean?
Season.
It took me, well, I didn't know that until today.
It's like the artist SZA.
Well, I didn't know that part about sizzing, okay? I mean, I only knew that the season. So to me, it was news, okay? To me, it was news. So here's what I want you to do. Join me and Beto and 3 million other people that are playing Prize Picks, the best #1 daily fantasy app there is. All you have to do is pick your player, decide more or less, make the play. It's that easy. You could turn $10 into $1,000 real quickly. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code Cappy. They will give you a first-time deposit match of 100% up to $100. You put in 100, they put in 100. It's really easy. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code Cappy. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy with Prize Picks.
Yes, indeed. And be sure to join the Travis and Sliwa Show and Mason and Ireland this Thursday for our annual MLB opening day party and live broadcast at Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Special thanks to Corona Extra for making it possible. Corona Extra, the official cerveza of La Vida Más Fina. Find the fine life. We'll see you Thursday at Clearman's Galley, 7215 Rosemead Boulevard in San Gabriel.
By the way, our computers are definitely listening because American Express just sent me a thing that says, check your balance.
Check your balance. Suck a more Sedano and Kap in moments.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario Rees.
You know us from the LAFC radio broadcasts.
Now we have a new podcast called LAFC Plus, and you can find it on the ESPN LA app.
LAFC Plus brings you all the latest on the black and gold.
Plus, we break down the latest news and interesting stories from around MLS.
For all the news, fun, insight, and everything that is MLS and LAFC, join us on LAFC Plus.
LAFC!
It's available on the ESPN LA app and everywhere you get your podcast.
Join us.
All right, Park.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario.
All right, Parker. What's up, Greg? Spring training. All right, Parker. Jeez. Little Ohtani and Dodger blue. Yeah, why are you looking at the camera? I don't know. Let's start over. All right, Parker. Dodger spring training. That's right, Greg. Ohtani and Dodger blue. Yeah, Yamamoto's here. Pretty excited about that one. Tons of new faces. I mean, Kike's back. Yes, it's great. Maybe we should talk about it on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I like that idea. What do you say? 9:30, 9:55? Right, leading right into Travis and Sliwa. Get a couple guests. Maybe Marcus Grant. Travis Rogers, perhaps? Yep. Just have a bunch of people come in. Maybe Clinton Yates will even find his way in. Oh, you always want to have the handsome man president right there. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we should do that. We'll do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Thanks to LAX.
For the Southland, Sedano was doing a little social video. All good. On this day, yesterday, we like to play a TV theme or a wrestling theme. When it is Radio Tinder time yesterday, he turned 59, The Undertaker. Remember when he put the hand up? Oh, it was beautiful. Nothing like that classic WWF. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandawa. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandawa. Founded in the city of Downey, just like me. Speaking of Undertaker, producer Lindsay just told me that she could kill me with a crossbow.
No, I said I
that.
could.
I mean, I if you would have just literally ended the sentence that she could kill you, I would have believed
I
that.
know.
too.
I said you guys don't listen to enough true crime to say this is all a big crazy conspiracy. Like, I could definitely kill somebody and get away with it, 1,000%.
That being said, I'm going to watch my back. I'll tell you that right now.
There's a reason why we're playing Undertaker. Wait. Turn it back up. Where's your guys' Paul Bearer? I was waiting for it.
That sounds like Cappy with Rachel.
Yeah, right. Sure does. By the way, Chris, I'll have you know.
Yes.
July 12th,
Yes.
locked in, baby.
For what?
Locked in for the softball game. Well, that's if I'm still working at 7:10, but if I am, locked in on July 12th.
What happened to Del Mar opening night?
Turns out that one of our great listeners let me know that it was moved to July 20th.
So you had the wrong information, shockingly.
Correct. But so did you, because I didn't receive your information because you never sent it.
I didn't know it was my job to send it.
Yes, your job was to send the email that you didn't send. Then you blamed it on Janessa and you blamed it on Tommy.
No, all I said was Tommy sent the email.
But he didn't.
No. Radio Tinder time. Take it away, Wins.
Come on,
Take it away, Bishop.
So the Lexington Herald Leader posted a piece on head coach John Calipari this week with the headline showing an argument against writing Calipari a massive check. There's only one problem. The paper spelled the coach's name wrong. The headline read, $33 million Calipari with a K buyout would be wrong thing to do. So
how much? How much is the buyout?
$33 million.
Okay, got it.
So a lot of people were reacting to this online, and I heard people saying today that they thought maybe it was like a punny, like funny play on words, and I could not think for the life of me what exactly the play on words would be. But at the same time, like, how do you spell that wrong in Kentucky, in Lexington? How do you spell that wrong?
Well, here's a conspiracy theory for you. What if the $33 million to buy Calipari out is to hire Coach K? You know?
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. But
well, I mean, they're all
it's a plausible
stretches.
theory.
I mean, it's not really that plausible. I just made it up.
I mean, I want to know, like, am I missing something? Do you guys think that like, I can't...
Well,
K
first
for
of all, I'll
Kentucky?
say this. If you think that buying out Calipari for $33 million is a lot of money, go see what Texas A&M did this past year with Jimbo Fisher, their football coach.
Like $76 million or
Right.
something like that.
So they were so convinced in Texas A&M that this guy's the wrong coach for us that they paid $76 or $78 million to get rid of this guy. Calipari still recruits the best classes in the country.
He's just a terrible X's and O's coach.
And college basketball has changed.
Yeah, and he's just not a good X's and O's game day coach. Like, he's not. And I know people will fight me on that, and including people in the NBA, because he's got a lot of guys he's put in the NBA. But I am not a believer of him as a tactician by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, I can say this. I don't watch enough
And
Kentucky
$33
basketball.
million to Kentucky, to his point, is nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, to Kentucky, I mean, if you're serious, if you go, hey, Calipari doesn't get it done anymore. Yeah, he can recruit, but he can't win. So screw him. Let's get rid of him. Then $33 million don't mean nothing.
As someone who's been to Lexington and seen that campus and seen the type of money that rolls through there, yeah, that's not an issue.
So someone getting fired?
$20 million to buy out Mick Cronin at UCLA, that's a lot of money, because I don't think UCLA, the reason that number is so high is because UCLA, as we've talked about, has had some financial struggles over the year. So it's smart on their behalf for someone to want to poach Mick Cronin to have to pay $20 million to have to buy him out.
Right, but also if Mick Cronin, if UCLA ever decided, hey, we want to get rid of Mick Cronin, can't do it really, not at $20 million. You know,
not $20 million right now, right? That's the number at the moment.
Right, but I mean, if you have to go find some booster that wants to pay $20 million.
Oh no, right?
They
couldn't get rid of Mick Cronin now if they wanted to. Not that they want to, but that clause was put in place so that a school like Louisville, for example, where he has ties, which job was open, wouldn't be able to poach him, because Louisville, unlike Kentucky, does not have that kind of money.
I like how you say Louisville.
Louisville, that's how they say it.
I know, but I just like the you say it perfectly. Say it again.
Louisville.
Happy you say it.
Louisville.
Okay, so I'm going to get to this story since we literally have not touched a single thing on our rundown, and we only have one show this week. So I'm going to take some of our show content and bring it up to you guys. So Marshall Faulk, he actually thinks that Aaron Donald might not really be retired. He said on his podcast earlier today, quote, "I'm in disbelief, and I'm in such disbelief that, Cappy, you're going to like this, I've concocted a conspiracy theory that he's done with guaranteed money, he saw the money that Chris Jones got, and I don't know if Chris Jones got more money than he got, but this, in my head, I'm like, he wants more money, he wants to be the highest paid, and so therefore, he's not really retired. Do you think that there's any possibility this is true?
No, I'm swiping left on that. Listen, if it were true, the Rams would not have literally within seconds been able to post all the retirement stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this would have been done differently. They would have been caught by surprise, et cetera, et cetera. I just don't buy that for a second.
So I'm with George here. I don't believe that this was some split-second decision, because I can just tell you this. In talking to a particular Rams official recently, they've known about this for a really, really long time, and they were very pleased that this never got out. And they said that it was out of love and respect for Aaron Donald that
I know
one
who
ever
told you
leaked
that.
it. Who's that?
I know.
It's a Rams official.
Person told me the same thing.
Okay, so that being said, I will go now. Maybe go back to Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, it wasn't Kev.
It was not Kev.
No,
but
that's
I'll say
Mace's
this.
guy.
Right. I kind of could see what Marshall Faulk is saying in this way. What if Aaron Donald takes the year off, decides, you know what, I'm retired, I took the year off, I'm still in great shape, I still want to play, my body feels great, I'm still young enough to play, and his hometown Pittsburgh Steelers want to sign him a year from now? Could he come out of retirement? That to me, I believe.
If the Rams own his rights, he couldn't just go to Pittsburgh.
Well, however it would work.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I could believe Aaron Donald coming back and playing. It doesn't seem far-fetched to me at all to think that a guy of his age, of his health, of his success, who could make his kind of money, I could still see him coming back and playing. See, a guy like J.J. Watt was always dealing with injuries. He's always missing lots of time.
But I think there's something to be said to be able to walk away from that game with all your faculties.
And if he does, good for him. Like a Barry Sanders or others who have done it, it's been few and far between.
Yeah.
But a couple of guys have done it.
By the way, Radio
Megatron.
Tinder is presented by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala, award-winning small batch premium sippy tequila made from the finest mature agaves. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com. Demand the extraordinary, Cappy, with Tequila Mandala.
George, did you see? Well, you didn't see this, but the vice president of the Handsome Man community was pouring shots of Tequila Mandala.
I did. I saw it on your video. Yeah.
All right, one more?
Yeah.
All right, so since a disappointing selection Sunday for the Big East, when all of its bubble teams got left out of the NCAA field, that conference has not lost a game yet in the tournament.
Well, it's only 3 teams, but yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, if you have... you're laughing, but if you only have 3 teams and none of them have lost yet.
I was laughing at George's quip.
I mean, the ACC also has done really well. The Big East
and
the Big East. Well, Virginia lost, but the other 2, there's 4 of them in the final in the Sweet 16.
Well, Clemson was a team that a lot of people thought didn't actually belong in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
and yet here they are.
Yeah.
Well, the Big East had only 3 bids. It's fewest since 1993, which a lot of people thought, like, hey, this is BS. So I was going to ask you guys between that and then a lot of talk of the improper seeding. Do you guys think they need to make changes to how the committee chooses and seeds teams?
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of chatter about this. Like, the SEC commissioners out there talking about automatic qualifiers shouldn't get in, which would suck because the best part of the first weekend of the tournament is the automatic qualifiers beating up on the big boys.
Right.
But look, I do think that when it comes to the power conferences, and in basketball, the Big East has traditionally been a power conference, although it's not the exact Big East that it was back in the day. Mm-hmm. But still, a number of those members are still there. And a lot of those teams that have been there are, as I mentioned, are still there. And the teams they added are good basketball teams, like a Creighton, for example. So those 2 conferences, we always hear about the Big 12 is the best the best basketball conference in America. They got like 9 teams in the tournament, right? We hear about the SEC. Oh, the SEC's got 7 or 8 teams in the tournament. Oh, it's so hard in the SEC in basketball. The Mountain West has 6 teams. Oh, don't sleep on the Mountain West. And yet the ACC and the Big East have done really well, and they've got a bunch of teams in the Sweet 16. So it is what it is.
The Big East should not, in my opinion, be complaining. And look, they could brag about the teams that are remaining, But don't complain about it, because the Big East is not what the Big East used to be.
No, because Syracuse isn't there.
Georgetown. I mean, I guess they're still there, but they're not
there.
the program that they once were.
Right.
So I mean, a lot of teams have departed the conference. So, but listen, you're right. I mean, the Mountain West Conference, this was going to be their year. There was talk about 7 teams making it from Mountain West. They had 6 teams. 2 of them had to play their way in, or at least were in that play-in situation. And really, it's the same team every year that's carrying the flag, San Diego State.
And look, the Big East is going to get a lot of love because they have the best team in the world right now in college basketball. So,
although if you listen to their coach, the committee's doing everything they can to try and knock them out because nobody wants UConn to win.
I don't know about that. You think that?
Well,
because
that's what
the
he
bracket
said.
that they put him in, you're saying?
Well, that's what he said. He's like, look, they put us in with FAU. They put us in with San Diego State.
I mean,
these are the teams that were in the Final Four a year ago.
They were the number 1 overall seed, and they absolutely got the toughest draw. I mean, Purdue got the pity bracket. Like, Purdue got the bracket that the number 1 overall seed should get, but because Purdue got knocked out and has had a number, I mean, they got knocked out by a 16, but they've had a number of terrible tournament appearances, they figured, you know what, we got to give them a solid. I feel like there was some of that potentially involved there, whereas UConn definitely got screwed in that scenario.
But UConn got to go from Connecticut to Brooklyn, New York, where they didn't have to do much travel, and now they'll be in Boston this weekend, where, again, they don't have to do much travel.
Wasn't Purdue in Indianapolis?
Could be.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
All I'm getting at is that they made it nice and easy for them, right?
They did.
I mean, travel-wise.
Yeah, I mean, sure. You know, it's just
down
95.
Yeah. That's what the number 1 seed should get.
Right, but the number 1 seed shouldn't also get, to your point, 2 teams that played, or potentially 2 teams that played in the Final Four. You know.
Well, Florida Atlantic got knocked out by Northwestern,
right?
And Auburn must be horrible because I don't know if anybody watched the late game last night between San Diego State and Yale. Yale. Listen, they must have had their best night ever.
In a 1-game scenario, anybody can lose, and that's what's the beauty of the tournament.
Yeah,
you know?
but I'm just saying to you.
That's why they call it the madness.
But Auburn from the SEC, horrendous.
But the style that Auburn plays is, is in favor for Yale because Yale slows the ball down and stuff like that.
Tell him,
Give me a break.
Tell him about basketball, D.
I'm just saying, man.
You haven't seen an Auburn game since Charles Barkley was at Auburn. Give me a freaking break.
He definitely didn't watch
Charles
He wasn't alive.
Nonsense.
I know. What are you talking
watch as
about?
much basketball. Give me a break.
But he's right. When the fast and the slow teams play, particularly early in the tournament, the team that plays slower has an inherent advantage because they're about execution, right? Whereas the fast team, they feel like the more they play, the faster pace they play, they have more of a room for error. But if the game slows down, they have less of a room for error.
And Auburn lives and dies by the 3, and they weren't making their shots that day.
That's what I'm talking about, D. You know basketball.
I don't know what he's talking about. This kid hasn't seen it all. He don't even know where Auburn's at.
Is it Alabama?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I know, but don't tell him that.
Come on now. It's not a geography lesson. It's a basketball lesson.
Exactly.
You don't know nothing about no Auburn.
All right, that is Radio Tinder. Brought to you each and every day by Tequila Mandala. And sometimes at 5:30, usually not. And we went way longer because Chris is like, but we went, and it was a good discussion. See, that's a good college basketball discussion.
What did I say?
I'm just saying. You did. You gave me that look. I could see it behind your sunglasses.
Listen all week to the Travis and Sliwa Show on Mason and Ireland for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Fight Night on April 4th at the Hangar in Costa Mesa. Plus, qualify to win the Tequila Mandala Fight Experience, which includes ringside tickets, Tequila Mandala bottle service, and more. Fight Club OC happening April 4th. Get your tickets at SoCalFights.com and use the promo code ESPNLA for $15 off.
Cappy, tell us about one of your friends here.
Let me talk to you about the Water Boy, and I'm going to tell you right now, you need to call Omer at the Water Boy Leak Detection. His number is 818-518-5055, 818-518-5055. That's Omer at the Water Boy Leak Detection. Now, why would you be calling him? Here's why. Because all of a sudden you go to your mailbox one day and you get a letter from the Department of Water and Power, and it says high usage, and you're trying to figure it out. Are the kids taking super long showers? Is somebody spending a whole bunch of time washing their car? Are our sprinkler systems going off too long? And you can't figure it out. And so you're trying to fix it all. And then all of a sudden the next month comes and it's the same letter, high usage. And you're like, something's wrong here. Yeah, but you don't know about it. You see, but the Water Boy can come in and find it. He uses all this modern technology to listen, to see, to find the leak. And if you're a homeowner, a property manager, or a realtor, you need to use the Water Boy. They all do, to inspect pressurized fresh water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Listen, I'm telling you right now, You don't know what's going on in your house. I never know what's going on in my house. You got to hire a professional. If all of a sudden the water bill has gone completely out of control and you can't figure it out, you call Omer. Omer comes in. He figures it out. He fixes the problem. He takes care of it. And all of a sudden those water bills go down. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection, 818-518-5055, 818-518-5055. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection and do it today.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario Rees.
You know us from the LAFC radio broadcasts.
Now we have a new podcast called LAFC Plus, and you can find it on the ESPN LA app.
LAFC Plus brings you all the latest on the black and gold.
Plus, we break down the latest news and interesting stories from around MLS.
For all the news, fun, insight, and everything that is MLS and LAFC, join us on LAFC Plus.
LAFC!
It's available on the ESPN LA app and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Join us.
All right, Parker. What's up, Greg? Spring training. All right, Parker. Jeez. Little Ohtani and Dodger blue. Yeah, why are you looking at the camera? I don't know. Let's start over. All right, Parker. Dodger spring training. That's right, Greg. Ohtani and Dodger blue. Yeah, Yamamoto's here. Pretty excited about that one. Tons of new faces. I mean, Kike's back. Yes, it's great. Maybe we should talk about it on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I like that idea. What do you say? 9:30, 9:55? Right, leading right into Travis and Sliwa. Get a couple guests. Maybe Marcus Grant, Travis Rogers, perhaps? Yep, just have a bunch of people come in. Maybe Clinton Yates will even find his way in. Oh, you know, you always want to have the handsome man president right there. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we should do that. We'll do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Thanks to LAX.
Yesterday, March 24th. Back in 2001, the number one hit, Crazy Town. Butterfly. Sedano and Kap, your Monday.
Cappy,
Georgie Sedano, talk to me.
we haven't even talked about the Lakers at all today.
Well, I mean, listen, last night, when you put out that sort of defensive battle that I saw last night.
Yeah, I was terrified when that eventually became an air ball. That shot that Tyrese Halliburton shot, because he had hit 2 threes in a row. Right. And he was finally starting to heat up after having a poor game. And I was like, oh, no, this is how this is going to end.
And I think that Indiana went, was it 8 for 10 from three-point range?
In the fourth quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So they
8 for 10 before that 3, so it was 8
Right.
for 11 ultimately. Yeah.
So they started bombing away, and they were hitting threes, and it was typical, right? It's like the Lakers actually had a sizable lead,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, wait a second, hold on, can I turn away from this game? And then
Nope.
you couldn't.
Nope.
You just couldn't do it
Nope.
because they were not going away.
Yeah, but 20-point leads are not necessarily that safe anymore in the NBA, as we've clearly seen.
Yeah, I get that, but still, I mean, you're at home. It's a Sunday night.
Yeah.
You got to start banking some of these wins.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to position yourself for the playoffs so you don't find yourself desperately having to play in.
Mm-hmm.
What is Christopher munching on? I'm curious.
Fritos. When was the last time you had a Frito?
Dude, Fritos to me, they're
Smell
delicious.
like my dog's paw.
They're delicious, but they make your breath smell like Converse that you wear with no socks.
What?
You know that smell of a Chuck Taylor Converse sneaker that you wear with no
What?
socks, and then they smell really bad? Fritos smell like bad feet.
So your feet smell like my dog's
and you know what?
paws.
You're a medium market scumbag.
Whoa.
Frito paws, Cappy.
How about
Why?
that,
Because of
Kevin?
Fritos?
Yeah. How can you be anti-Frito?
I'm not saying
It's
I'm
a great chip.
anti-Frito.
You
I'm
can
just-
put. You know what's really good? You use Fritos and dip them in salsa.
Okay, or I'll give you another little tip. You ready? Fritos, dip them in some hummus.
No, I don't like
Yes.
to mix. I don't want to eat something unhealthy with something healthy.
Oh,
That
the
is
hummus?
mixing genres for
Yeah,
sure.
I like a pita in a hummus, or just like pita, or like whatever you eat vegetables.
I got you. Listen to them crunch away.
Yeah, I hear.
Just listen to them crunch away. And those are just regular standard.
Yeah, they're not the big dippers.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
get some of those big dippers, the big Frito dippers with chili,
Right.
cheese,
Yeah.
little Frito pie. You like all kinds of pie, Cappy.
Oh, you know it. I especially like that pie that you put in your face
Yeah.
on Thursday of last week.
Yeah. By the way, Christopher, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I went on this rant like 2 weeks ago about how ESPN, regular old ESPN, is never on any of these televisions.
Uh-huh.
And then Greg was like, you know, I remember because he was watching
Here we
Yamamoto.
go.
He gave me the finger. He wanted to finish watching Yamamoto
Why do you
pitch.
have to do this?
Greg gave you the finger?
Well,
He's
no,
not
he gave
here
me
to
like
talk
this
about it.
finger.
Oh, that finger.
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
know which finger we
The
were
pointer.
talking about.
The pointer.
Okay,
Like,
got
hold
it.
on. Like,
Thank
hold
you.
on. Like, hold on.
All right.
I got to finish watching Yamamoto get lit up.
Yeah.
But and then he's like, he showed me on the computer, like he changed the channel. Here he goes. It's on this computer system. We're never going to change this channel again. So all of a sudden, someone in the circle of trust says, hey, Caitlin Clark is cooking right now. And I was like, oh,
I know. I'm watching her behind you.
Right. I had to switch it on this one behind me, but I'm trying to put it on one of these TVs in front of me so I don't have to literally look behind me all the time. And no ESPN on any of these damn channels. There's literally
What about
channels.
that one out there.
There's literally not. That's off too. There's literally channels that multiple of every channel on these damn TVs. Can we just get TVs that work right?
I
Come
gotta
on,
be
Chris.
honest. I've been involved with this radio station in some facets since 2010. I have no clue how these TVs work.
I don't even understand how we
The only
can't.
person who knows is like Funch, really.
I know, like the ones in there that we like when we used to do the morning show. I know how to control those, but
Yeah,
not.
but
in
not
here.
these in here.
I mean, how is it that we don't have a basic sports channel like
Come on,
ESPN
Chris.
on these channels?
Come on,
I
man.
don't
Do
know.
better, dude.
I don't know.
Because
do
Travis,
better.
Travis and Sliwa is the one who put that on.
We're 710 ESPN.
I mean, this
Yeah.
isn't 710 Tulsa. Come on.
This isn't 710 Bally Sports.
Right? Come on. Let's not be like medium market scumbag Frito eaters.
Well, here's the thing. If we put a game that you're interested in front of you, you're just going to pay attention less to the show.
No, that's not true because I love watching these Lakers lists on this right side, and I pay attention just fine.
Oh, yeah?
Chris has a great point.
Well, you know, Caitlin Clark just did have an unforced error. Total turnover, all on her. Terrible.
She was
terrible
furious at herself 2 days ago. She had 5 turnovers in the first quarter.
So
Holy
you
Cross.
changed away from that movie I was watching. It was like King Kong mixed with like
Godzilla.
or something.
Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, good movie.
Was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Brie Larson was running around
So,
doing
Cappy,
stuff.
the Lakers have won 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. And here's the deal. So, Trudell put out this tweet yesterday, and there's a lot of numbers. So, basically, the way I'll explain it is this.
Okay, tell me.
The Lakers have 11 games left, okay? They got to finish 3 games ahead of one of the 3 teams that are ahead of them to move up.
They have to finish 3 games ahead of one of the teams that are currently in front of them for them to move up.
Correct. To move up any notch from where they are at the moment. So
they need to win and they need other teams to lose.
For example, okay, there's 11 games left. Let's say they win 10 out of 11, okay, to make it a nice round number. That means the Sacramento Kings, the Dallas Mavericks, or the Phoenix Suns can only win 7 games in their last 11 for the Lakers to jump any of them, okay?
Okay, and the Lakers' schedule is considered like relatively easy?
Yeah,
Okay,
easier.
and have you looked at Phoenix, Sacramento, and Dallas to know if their schedule is
if
considered
you
harder?
give me a second.
Well, come on, Trudell. Help a brother out here. I mean, if you're going to put out numbers, dude, I mean, be thorough.
I mean,
Come
at
on,
least
Mike.
divide it by X equals MX plus B.
Here it is. NBA strength of schedule remaining. Phoenix has the toughest one, a 60% win percentage against.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Cray.
I mean, they have Denver, OKC, the T-Wolves twice, the Clippers twice, the Pelicans twice, the Cavs once.
Oh, man. Okay. Phoenix, tough schedule.
Sacramento, 558, so not a cakewalk either.
Okay.
They got Boston once, OKC once, the Clippers once, New Orleans, Phoenix, and the Knicks once.
Okay.
Let's see. The Clippers, well, that's not who we're talking
How about the Mavericks?
The Mavericks, they have a fairly easy schedule, under 500.
Okay.
46%, 47%.
All right, so now if you're going to scoreboard watch, as a Laker fan, you need to watch Phoenix and Sacramento.
And hope that they lose, right?
And
'Cause
hope
they
they
have a
lose
tougher
while
schedule.
the Lakers are winning.
But the Lakers need to finish in their last 11, 3 games better than those teams.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
That's all you need to know. So if the Lakers win 9 or 10, the other teams can't win any more than 7. That's how
Otherwise, the Lakers are going to be stuck in 9th.
Right.
Cap, is somebody vacuuming at your house?
Yeah, somebody just turned off the vacuum.
I just heard that.
That's Sada.
Oh, the one that you decided to start tipping well, huh?
I pay her more now,
job,
especially
good job.
because, you know, the kids have been here in spring break and the house has been a mess. So I've been trying to take extra good care of Sada.
That's
good
nice
for
of
you.
Cappy.
Yeah.
So that's the deal, man.
And by the way, Lindsay, you know something? I don't ask her for any, like, commission or anything, like, on all the jobs that I get her outside of here. You know what I mean? Like, if I was an agent.
Wait, commission?
I mean, if I was an agent, dude, I'd take 10%.
That's not how it works.
I mean, are you
Well, I mean,
serious?
but I got her working for like 5 other friends of mine. You know what I'm saying?
So what?
Well, I'm saying it's a nice thing.
It is a nice thing.
It's a favor to your friends that you got them like a good cleaning
Someone they
person.
can trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you can trust Sada 100%.
Exactly.
She's part of my family. Mi
I mean-
familia.
Now, does she give you some prize picks too?
She does not give me prize picks.
Oh.
She should.
Should she?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
She might know more about some of this stuff than you.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I should have taken Caitlin Clark. I really should have tonight because there was a point on Saturday where you could have had Caitlin Clark and you could have had her at 0.5 points. See, this is my strategy now on Prize Picks, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to download the Prize Picks app, and I want you to use my promo code Cappy, and they're going to give you a 100% match up to $100. But I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I've got a new strategy on Prize Picks. I play darts. Now, I don't know anything about darts, but when I see a dart thrower only has to throw half of a 180, okay, that's it, half. So if he hits 1, boom, you win. So I've been playing a lot of darts. Lately, I don't know how I got into this also. I'm playing League of Legends. You guys play League of Legends? Does anybody know anything about that? League of Legends? So you can play anything. NBA, college basketball, baseball, obviously, with the season starting, tennis, MMA, video games, all kinds of stuff, man. So it's not just football and basketball. So get out right now. Get your phone out. For those of you that have not yet downloaded the Prize Picks app, download the Prize Picks app, use my code Cappy, and get that first deposit match of 100% up to $100. Prize Picks. Let's all get in the game together and use my code Cappy.
It's Evan Cohen on
Oh,
come on.
I hit it. Thought I hit it.
Right there. That's
Tulsa. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo!
Take it away, pretty so.
Where's Babe Laufenberg when you need him?
No, that's Billy Mack.
Yeah.
I know.
There's Babe off.
Was Babe the guy in Tulsa, or was
No,
he?
he's in Dallas.
Babe's in Dallas. He's doing commercials for Chevy of Frisco.
That's right.
Chevy of Frisco, get a Big D truck, because we live in Big D. Not that Big D.
Oh, I was going to say.
Not you.
He should endorse them.
Down in Dallas?
Dallas, Big D in Dallas.
Hey, this is Big D and Big D.
Hey, you could get double Big D because you could you could add DeMarco to it as well. You got double
Cappy,
Big D.
always extra, bro.
Anyway.
You want a couple Big D's? Come on down to Frisco Chevy.
Come on down.
I need to let that one breathe for a second.
By the way, who was it in the group chat today that sent that picture of Jerry Jones today? Was it UD?
No, that was Lindsay.
Oh, it was Lindsay?
Oh, his scribble.
Where he's scrabbling on his NFL notepad.
It's literally just like lines of nothing.
I thought for a second he was just doing his signature, which I've seen people do all the time, but it was legitimately just lines of nonsense.
He looks so serious. Like he's really, really writing serious, real notes.
It's pretty hilarious. That was a great job. Whoever zoomed in there.
All right,
I like the caption.
Oh,
on the tweet.
Careful,
bruh.
Cappy loves Jerry Jones. We got to be
I do
careful.
love Jerry Jones.
We got to be very careful.
I do love Jerry. Jerry's always been very good to me.
Yeah.
When you get a Christmas card from a guy every year,
here we go.
It's like you can't help but love him.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's like Jerry Jones.
Now,
is
does
to
he
me.
actually sign it, or is it one of those like stamp signs?
Yeah, whatever it is, he signs
it's
whatever.
a
But I
Cap's
mean,
on the
come on.
list.
I mean, let's face it, George. I mean, it's like you with Anthony Davis. Like always defending him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that. Or you with LeBron. It's kind of one of those deals.
The only reason I went at you about Jerry Jones, you said he was bigger than Bob Iger, which I don't know if I believe, but
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
I don't know if I said he's bigger than Bob Iger. I'm just saying that Bob Iger couldn't go into the room by himself and take things over. Jerry Jones is like, yo, we don't listen to this guy. We own the teams, not him.
I don't know. I think old Bobby I could go into any room. I think.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, well, first I'm going to do a what you need to know, and then we're going to get to Perk's opinion on the Lakers, by the way. So Billy Joel has adopted a new, more eco-friendly way to commute to work in New York City, the Long Island Railroad. So he used to take the helicopter, he said in a recent interview with Newsday, but he explained that he has changed his mind for, safety reasons, also because his neighbors had been filing complaints that he was disrupting the area. And then also he said, it takes him straight into the heart of New York City where he's finishing up the last days of his Madison Square Garden residency. So at first, when someone suggested, like, hey, you should just take the Long Island Railroad, he's like, oh, no, people will recognize.
The LIRR.
Yeah. He's like, people will recognize me. Nobody has recognized him yet. And can you imagine?
It's like Clinton Yates would be recognized for sure. He's in New York right now.
That's why
if he
he's
went
got
on
to wear a
LIRR,
hat and
100%.
sunglasses.
Yep.
I mean,
The big CY.
He said people would sometimes look at him on the railroad and be like, hey, that guy kind of looks like Billy Joel. Nah, couldn't be. But yeah. it was him.
So Bill Murray allegedly used to do this trick in like big cities like that. Like he's Bill Murray. He's very kind of regular dude, And most people don't believe, to your point, that Bill Murray, a big superstar like that, would be a regular person and walk around the street. And apparently, like he would go up to people, like he'd go behind a dude and cover his eyes, and then they'd turn around and he would just literally say, "They'll never believe you," and then just walk away.
That's a good trick.
But Billy Joel looks so different. Like if you look at Billy Joel today and you look at Billy Joel in his heyday.
Oh, right. He has no hair.
He looks so different than he used to look. So I think he could kind of just sort of blend in.
Not in New York, though. He's from there.
No, I get it.
Billy
but
Joel?
It's clearly
Billy
working.
Joel's not blending in New York.
Well, but apparently he is.
That's like saying Springsteen's just blending in Jersey.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. By the way, have you seen what he looks like lately? I saw a picture of him in the New York Post, and he looks really different.
He's 70 years old.
I
the
know,
only reason I saw him recently was
the
because
We Are the World documentary.
No, this is where I'm going to defend him.
No. Flava Flav had a video the other day on Instagram.
Flava Flav!
Where Flava Flav walked in backstage to see Bruce Springsteen, and of course he walks in like, yeah, boy! Like, and he sees Springsteen, and Springsteen's like, oh, yeah, boy! Like, and they start hugging it out, But yeah, Springsteen doesn't look anywhere near the same either.
What does that mean?
Well,
The
they're
same.
old.
They're old.
You know
I
what? You
understand.
don't
That's
look like
why-
you used to look.
No.
Oh, actually,
No.
look exactly
No,
the way
you
I
don't.
used to.
No, you don't.
Yes,
When
I
you
do.
had that man bun, you were a handsome fellow.
That was different. But I'll tell you this right now. I was looking at pictures with my kids the other day from when my kids were babies, and they're like, Dad, you look exactly the same. I'm like, hey.
I mean, they're your children. They
I'm a
kind of have
handsome
to say
fella.
those
What
things
can I
for
tell you?
Springsteen
They also want to
performs.
hit you up for money, I'm sure,
Well, they
too.
did that as
They don't
did
hit him
that
up. They
right
just
after.
take it. They're like
Right.
Ohtani's
They're like
interpreter.
eBay. They're your eBays. You have 4 eBays.
Hey, what happened to that $100? They took it.
Yeah.
Springsteen plays for 3.5 hours.
You have 4 eBay Kaplans.
That's got to wear on you after 40 years.
Yeah, little Ipe's.
Not little Ipe's, but 3.5 hour performances every night.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's blending in, apparently.
What?
You guys said he couldn't do it.
I mean, I feel like if he just had like a hat and some sunglasses on, he could easily blend in.
All right. That is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. All right, that's it. We're done, I guess. We just go to break.
That's it? Really?
I mean, we've kind of used the allotted time.
I'm going to rip some gutless Dodger fans.
All right, let's do that on
You
the
are?
other side. Morales wants to rip gutless Dodger fans, but Cappy's going to tell us about how much he loves Subaru first.
I sure do. I sure do. Hey, for everybody that came out to the pickleball tournament that didn't actually become a pickleball tournament, that just turned into a big tailgate party, did you happen to check out the Subaru that was sitting there? First of all, I love the new colors of the Subarus. They're amazing. There's all these different variations of blues and greens and silvers and everything. The colors are incredible, but the vehicles are amazing too. And I just want to remind everybody that today is, what's today's date? March 20-something. You have until now, until April 1st. I don't even know the date. March 25th. Until April 1st, because right now there is an amazing deal going on. It is the Subaru A Lot to Love sales event. Okay, remember that. The Subaru A Lot to Love sales event, but it ends on April 1st. So that Solterra that I've been telling you about, which is the first ever Subaru electric SUV, tough on the outside, luxurious, and all the modern technology on the inside, and it's electric. That there are lease specials right now that are going on with the Solterra that I'm not even telling you on the radio. You need to go to your local Subaru retailer and find out for yourself. And then there's that 2024 Subaru Forester. I mentioned the new colors, rugged, versatile, capable, all the advanced Subaru safety, the standard symmetrical all-wheel drive so you can go off-road with confidence, really comfortable for hauling around the kids, the dogs, the whole thing. Check it out right now because this opportunity is legendary, the 2024 Subaru Forester, and that deal is going to end on April 1st. It is A Lot to Love, okay? A Lot to Love sales event happening, and love. It's what makes Subaru a Subaru.
All right, Parker. What's up, Greg? Spring training. All right, Parker. Jeez. Little Ohtani and Dodger Blue. Yeah, why are you looking at the camera? I don't know. Let's start over. All right, Parker. Dodger spring training. That's right, Greg. Ohtani and Dodger Blue. Yeah, Yamamoto's here. Pretty excited about that one. Tons of new faces. I mean, Kike's back. Yes, it's great. Maybe we should talk about it on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I like that idea. What do you say, 9:30, 9:55? Right, leading right into Travis and Sliwa. Get a couple guests. Maybe Marcus Grant. Travis Rogers, perhaps? Yep, just have a bunch of people come in. Maybe Clinton Yates will even find his way in. Oh, you know, you always want to have the handsome man president right there. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we should do that. We'll do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Thanks to LAX.
Hey, I'm Dave Denholm.
And I'm Mario Rees.
You know us from the LAFC radio broadcasts.
Now we have a new podcast called LAFC Plus, and you can find it on the ESPN LA app.
LAFC Plus brings you all the latest on the black and gold.
Plus, we break down the latest news and interesting stories from around MLS.
For all the news, fun, insight, and everything that is MLS and LAFC, join us on LAFC Plus.
LAFC!
It's available on the ESPN LA app and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Join us.
A lot of new money though. Raindrops.
Oh, come on now.
Is it clean?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
He checked it.
Because we've had some issues recently.
Really?
Sedano Kap on a Monday afternoon. You know this one, Cappy, on this day in 2017, the number one R&B song?
Yeah.
Bad and bougie.
Just like you, Cappy. Bad and bougie.
Migos.
You know, freaking Big D tells me, Cap, you ain't know nothing about no Migos. I told him, I said, man, I saw the Migos. I've done the stir fry with the Migos.
Oh my God.
When the Migos were the Migos. But then the Migos lost one of the Migos. You feel me?
They did. May he rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Anyway.
So you wanted to rib Dodger fans.
Here's the thing. And I said this Friday with Travis asleep at Pizza Hut. And I thought somebody was going to throw a pizza at me.
By the way, the Pizza Hut pizza was really good Saturday at the pickleball tournament.
So good.
And the Hoffy hot dog, I'm not really that big of a hot dog guy.
Since when?
But I threw the mustard and the relish on it. I couldn't put it down. And, George, did you see that Chris and I did the whole hot dog glizzy thing again?
I did not. I missed that part.
Yeah, and I told him, I go, no, man, you cheated on me. Not doing it.
Cap, can I get to what I want to get to?
No.
Okay.
Because David 100 doesn't want to hear it.
Who's David 100?
What do you mean?
You mean
who's
that
David
scumbag
100?
that I was about to throw out of the community on Friday?
He was he created Terminal H.
Actually, he's the one who started this whole rant because he was basically tweeting at us, "Oh, I can't take all the Shohei talk. I'm going to go listen to March Madness." Go ahead.
Okay.
Because what? But again, when we don't talk sports, then you guys don't talk enough sports. This is ridiculous. Yet you say you don't listen, but you know everything we say every day. You gutless scumbags.
Wow.
Although I did embrace David 100 on Saturday.
I was just going to say he was the creator of Terminal H.
But you know what was happening?
His lovely wife.
He was so scared that I was going to eject him, and I was going to bring Crypto Ray up to hit the eject button on his own.
The general?
The general. That he was FaceTiming. So I was with Big E, puffing in the clouds, and Casper Villa in the parking lot in a break. Who's FaceTiming of David 100? Oh, is Morales really going to kick me out? Oh, no.
Sounded like Paul Bearer.
But that brings me back to these gutless Dodger homers, apologists. Here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. You want to be a Dodgers fan? That's great. I'm a Dodgers fan. Everybody doesn't believe it because I don't like Dave Roberts. It's okay to be critical of somebody on your team in Los Angeles. Okay? We don't have to love everything. We don't have to think it's all amazing when it clearly isn't.
Tell the Lakers people that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, you do this for that. Here's the problem.
George, wow.
Shohei Ohtani has been a Dodger for 30 seconds. Why are all these people on Twitter with us going, you don't know Shohei, man? He's innocent. Because people have never lied to us in the media. Because celebrities have never lied to us. Because athletes, specifically Dodger athletes, and we don't want to get into that too much, have never shown a side that we went, whoa, we didn't know that was there.
But, Chris, didn't you watch the press conference?
Right, exactly. He said it, man. He's telling the truth. Why? Why is it that we are so ready to defend Shohei Ohtani like he's been a Dodger in Dodger blue for 30 years? He's not Oral Hershiser. He's not Tommy Lasorda. He's not even Clayton Kershaw. No, you know, it takes a lot for me to defend Kershaw. Why are we defending him so? And I know why.
Oh, here we go.
Because
here we go.
These
I can't wait to
gutless,
hear this. So predictable,
sad Dodger fans that know that Dave Roberts at any moment will choke it out again, because that's what he does, are so hopeful that Shohei can save us Dodger fans from that stinking, gutless, nice guy Dave, who chokes every year in the playoffs, that maybe, just maybe, Shohei could be the secret that somehow gets us past the disaster that is Dave Roberts. So that's why we have to bend over backwards to defend Shohei today. Even though you could tell a child this scenario, and this child would go, that doesn't make a lot of sense that he has no clue what's going on.
Cappy, go defend your guy.
Who, Dave Roberts?
Yeah.
I don't have to defend Dave Roberts.
Nice guy, Dave.
I don't know why, Chris, you're directing this harangue at people who are listening. You're calling them gutless scumbags when the guy sitting to your right is doing exactly what you're saying. I mean, I don't quite understand.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about George.
What am I doing?
What is he doing?
You have defended Shohei today. You have poked holes in everything that everybody said. In fact, I even keep bringing up, because I know you're such a company guy, that all of the reporting was done by ESPN, which has led to so much confusion.
And I said that they interviewed Ipe.
Yeah, but Sedano's a sports radio host. It's part of his job to have an opinion, and I would even stretch possibly a journalist is George Sedano.
Oh, really? George, do you go by journalist?
I would say.
You know, on occasion on a sideline.
Yeah. I mean, that's different. I mean, where you sit today, no journalism. Sensationalism, no
No,
journalism.
I wouldn't say never journalism in this seat. I would say plenty, a number of times. With on this show, it's more, we're the rodeo clown, we're riding the bull, all that stuff. But, occasionally.
Real bull, electric bull?
No, real bull.
Oh, wow.
Got to stay on for 8 seconds.
Very dangerous. Yeah. Very, very dangerous, Listen, I agree, though, Christopher. I think that the thing that and I said this on Thursday when we got to Islands. There's two kinds of people right now. There are Dodger fans.
Hold on. Somebody just tweeted me. Why am I not this critical of Darvin Ham? Darvin Ham is under investigation from the FBI. Do you people not understand what's going on? What money was wired from Shohei Ohtani's account to an illegal gambling circuit? That's why the FBI is involved. The FBI, all jokes aside, isn't knocking on Dave Roberts' door for being a bad manager. They're not knocking on Darvin Ham's door for keeping his hands in his pocket on the sideline. Okay? There is some other layer to this.
Investigation about
there should
that.
Maybe.
There's
another layer to this. That's why we're talking about it. That's why it's a big story.
And part of the story is that this apparent illegal bookmaker in Orange County had been, and I'm putting this in quotes, bragging
that Ohtani was one of his clients.
That Ohtani's one of his clients. Because here's the thing, we keep kind of going in circles.
But we're going to believe,
this.
Okay, but that's the person we're going to believe?
But why do we believe Shohei Ohtani?
But
why?
my point is, again, but we're going to believe the bookmaker?
No, but George, listen, do you believe the interpreter?
Do I believe the interpreter?
Yeah, the interpreter's story first was Ohtani helped me because he's my bro, and I was in trouble, and I needed his help. So Ohtani and I sat there, and we went into his accounts, and he helped me pay these debts. Do you believe him?
Probably not, considering that we've known that he's now a liar about a lot of other things.
Right, so you start poking holes into his story because he didn't go to UC Riverside, according to UC Riverside. He didn't work for the Red Sox, according to the Red Sox.
He didn't work for the Yankees either.
Right, I didn't see that part of the story. You've said that, so I'll roll with that as well. Okay, so you start poking holes in who he is. Then, precisely to your point, why would anybody believe a bookie? You're running an illegal bookmaking operation. Why would anybody believe you?
Because maybe he's under investigation and they offered him some type of deal.
Well, no, but this was he was bragging about that well before the investigation.
So here's the point. You don't believe the interpreter because the interpreter's story had 5 different variations. You don't believe the bookie because the bookie's a bad guy because he's running an illegal bookmaking operation. So the one guy, Chris, to your point, that you don't even understand it. What has Ohtani done for the Dodgers that you would always just be on his side?
Well, no, this is not about his side. This is about, it's America, Jack.
No, that's your side.
Okay.
I'm talking about the people on Twitter that are saying, oh, no, Ohtani's he's a small kind of guy, man. Small, down low kind of guy. We don't know who he is.
My position on all of this has been very consistent.
He leads a quiet life.
The feds are involved. The feds, they don't take L's, man. So we're going to find out one way or another. And until they determine, then I'll go with what they say.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. If you had to right now put your money on...
No, I'm not going to gamble on the gambling story.
Who's being honest? The interpreter, the bookie, or Ohtani? Who's the honest person of the three of them?
I would probably trust Ohtani out of those 3.
That's the point right there.
Well, because I'm going to trust the bookmaker or the guy who's been a notorious liar?
By the way, the bookmaker has been under investigation since 2018, so a deal is very likely to be in the cards. Just saying.
Don't you see what Chris is saying?
You've watched way too many documentaries.
What do you mean? He's been under investigation since 2018.
You don't think the bookie's going to flip?
No. He's been under investigation since 2018. Doesn't mean he's been that. Okay, there's a difference between being under investigation, like that they are looking into what you're doing, and actually having to deal with the federal government. There's a difference there. You see what I'm saying?
Right, but I'm sure he knew at some point that they were investigating him.
What he might have known is that they were going to eventually be hot on his trail. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like...
saying it's not out of the question to think that he could be giving them information because he's going to get a lighter deal. I mean, he was booked on the thing with, he was
allegedly, according to the story, he was telling people Ohtani was his client so he can get bigger fish to bet with him.
Well, I'm just saying that he was.
What does that have to do with the feds?
He was part of the bust with Yasiel Puig back in like December of last year. So I'm just saying.
But that was just 4 months ago.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that obviously they knew for a while. They used that guy to get to Yasiel Puig.
I don't know. I think this is. I think we're making big leaps here on stuff that we are, again, recklessly speculating about.
But go back to what Chris is getting at, which is Dodger fans don't want to hear it.
I get why Dodger fans don't want to hear it.
But
because it's fan, short for fanatic.
Wait a second. What? Fan is short for fanatic? I've
There you
not
go.
heard that before. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, you learn something new every day.
I
There,
didn't know
Captain.
that. I didn't know that. But the thing is that Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers, Chris, represents hope. He does not represent accomplishment yet. He was very accomplished with the Angels, which is what got him the $700 million contract with the Dodgers. But he hasn't done anything to ingratiate himself to the Dodgers yet, other than sign.
But again, this same person about Darvin Ham in the community, nothing to do with Ohtani. Talking about your ongoing hate with Dave Roberts, so critical of him, but not Ham. Are you a moron? Darvin Ham has never had the best team in basketball by a record, winning division and conference titles, and then getting swept in the playoffs. That is what Dave Roberts does. Do you get it? There's a huge difference. It's not that hard to figure out. Stop being a homer. It's okay to be critical of your team.
Hey, you need to back off my guy, Dave Roberts. Now I'm going to come to his defense.
There you go.
You need to leave Dave Roberts alone.
No, it's really hilarious, guys.
Is
it's
it?
okay to say Darvin Ham's not great. LeBron's not great anymore. Okay, Ohtani could be a criminal. He could be. We don't know. Because the FBI ain't knocking on everybody's door, Jack. And Dave Roberts is a bad manager.
Oh, he's not a bad manager.
It's okay to say it.
He's okay. He's good.
That was a masterclass.
That was a good job.
On East Coast type sports radio. I could go out there with Sid Rosenberg right now.
You could probably do that, but then you'd have to be doing interviews with President Trump and, then turning to talk about Mets baseball. You'd have to go back and forth between the two.
Did you guys know that bookie was also the guy that Maverick Carter was betting with? I didn't know that until just now.
There you go. So are you alleging someone else was involved in?
Actually, it's hold on. This is the.
I don't think that those.
This is
I
the
don't
Washington
think those
Post.
Things those two are tied. I
Oh,
did
no,
not know
the
that.
Washington
That
Post
would be
says
news to
that.
me.
What now?
And we should be very careful if that's
I'm
not
I'm
accurate.
just saying that the Washington Post said the Post reported last year that Maverick Carter, LeBron James' longtime business manager, also admitted to placing bets on the NBA with the same illegal operation. Carter was not a target of the probe and was not charged.
I remember that story, but it went away pretty quickly.
Well, that's
I
why
remember
this
the
one's gonna go away
story. I just
quickly,
didn't remember
too.
if it was linked to this particular story.
And again,
That's
I don't
what
think
the
the
Post
FBI was knocking on his door.
No.
Yeah. JR at Costa Official 24.
Oh, not this guy. I know this guy. Here we go.
It's not about you.
Oh, okay. No, he
Oh,
loves.
that's fine.
He
That's
loves. He loves to wave that blue and yellow flag, man.
He says, I listen every day, and I will say that at Sedano does lean more towards Laker hate versus the Dodgers and Rams.
Well, that is true. You're right, sir.
Dodger fans act the same way, my man, but you poke the Laker Nation far more. I'm a fan of all three. Listen, I keep it real, okay?
Do you?
I do.
You sure?
100.
100?
Like David.
Like 100?
Yep.
You mean like even with like the little 100 with the red with the emoji thing? 100?
Yep.
It's not 100.
What is it?
100.
No, dog. Listen to me.
By the way, this JR, this guy, again, good call, Scott Cap, but
100.
Chris is so scared of Sedano? Ha ha. At what point did you say that?
Well, I said that, you're talking about all these people that are defending Ohtani, and I'm saying that George is very much defending Ohtani.
He's not a listener.
Oh, George, you didn't listen to a word
He's
Chris
paid
said?
to make opinions.
Oh.
Just like all of us. I mean, that sometimes gets missed on some of the other shows we have here, having strong opinions, but, they're doing the best they can.
Oh, wow.
They got factor cap.
Have it take. Don't suck.
By the way, Lakers talk coming up at 7.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I want to talk to Slee.
Phenomenal.
In the interim, Cappy, big deal or no deal?
Plus, we got to get to Lindsay's parking ticket.
Oh, my
yeah.
God. That should
Right.
be the dealer's choice, actually. So we'll do that. Cappy, you down to do that for dealer's choice?
I could maybe do that for Dealer's Choice. I had a movie review ready for Dealer's Choice.
Yeah, you can save it for the next time we're on in like 6 weeks.
Like 2 weeks from now.
I could just do my parking ticket as big deal or no deal, and you could keep your movie review.
Oh, there you
Jack.
go. We could do that. There you go. Is it a big deal or no deal? We can
All right,
have
Lindsay,
the audience
you
weigh
need,
in.
You need to lay this out for the court of public opinion, just like the Ohtani case.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what we need to do. That's coming up next.
6:35 Monday afternoon. Shit out of with Cappy.
Making things happen, Cappy.
It is
What are you
time. It is time for big deal or no deal. Take it away, please.
Making moves, sucker.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so here's the story with Parking Gate. By the way, Cap just responded to my text in the group chat about Bruce Springsteen because the New York Post said he looks like Tilda Swinton.
Who's that?
She kind of looks like Ellen DeGeneres almost.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, on the bottom it is.
On the bottom, yeah, but Tilda Swinton is another like blonde-haired, like cropped blonde hair actress who has got a very light-skinned face.
I don't know, but I will tell you this: Springsteen's in good shape, man.
He is. Give him that.
He looks good, man.
Okay, so here's the situation with the parking garage, right?
Parking garage here.
Parking
at our
garage
office.
here.
Yes.
At LA Live, we park in the whatever garage, and there's right by where you get on the elevator to go up to the lobby here. There's a number of spaces that are marked off for Herbalife, which is one of the other companies that has their businesses here.
Right. They own basically the top floor. I believe they were the first, Christopher?
Yes.
They were the first client here, basically. So, yeah, they're a huge company, Herbalife, obviously.
All the people who work there, when I'm in the elevator with them, they're all very friendly and polite.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
nice
except
people.
for this guy.
Yeah. Well, no, not the guy you dealt with.
He doesn't work for Herbalife.
Oh, no,
security
he
guard.
does. He does work for Herbalife, he said.
Oh.
So that's what he told me because
So
I
you
thought
were
it was a security guy.
So you were okay. So what happened? You were parking in the wrong spot.
Well, no, I mean, I parked in one of these first two spots. There's 4 front spots that say Herbalife. They have like the Herbalife placard. I've been parking in one of those spots since the day that our parking garage got moved from that one to this one.
But wait, even though it says Herbalife, this parking is for
Right.
Herbalife
You parked in
employees,
the
you
wrong
park there
spot.
anyway.
Right.
Well, I mean, everybody parks there. Mark
No,
Cates
not
parks
everybody.
there.
I don't.
I don't either.
If it says Herbalife, I don't park there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been parking in the same spot for, I don't know, 3-4 years now. I will not name the other people that park there because I don't
Mark
want to throw anyone
Mark
under the
Cates
bus.
was someone he got told the same thing not to
Right.
park there.
Right. I know Michael's been an ongoing thing with him.
Well, Michael parks like literally like in spaces everywhere.
He
He's
also
not
has a
supposed to.
handicap placard, I believe.
Yeah, he does.
Well, yeah, the Queen has one of those handicap placards too.
Yeah.
I've never parked, like, I've only parked in these spaces, like, the whole time.
In the Herbalife ones that
Right.
you're not supposed to park in.
Okay, but again,
It does have their signage.
it does. But again, like, people used to park in the ESPN spaces all the time when we had them.
When we saw that,
Yeah,
we
we would
got them
tell.
flagged.
Yeah.
We had 4, and they
'Cause
have
we
about.
paid, we had 6, and we used to get paid. And we paid a lot of money.
Okay.
For
You
them.
pay for those spots.
Yeah,
Okay, again.
a lot of money.
Again,
And by the way, you can only not park there between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. or
Right.
something like that.
Yes.
Anytime before or after
So
that.
I
you
think
can
what's
park.
getting Lindsay flagged is that we're on the air till 7.
Right.
And then when they have play-by-play or big events, those spots are supposed to get turned over for people to.
People that are parking at the events across the
and
street.
they're watching Lindsay's car, knowing, wait a minute.
no. It's
Wait
just
a
this
minute.
one
She's
guy.
also not Herbalife.
Again, so this is what happened. I've been parking there for like 4 years, right?
Right, since the pandemic,
I've
basically.
never once been even gotten so much as like an email or a notice. No one's ever said anything to me. So like 2 weeks ago,
There's a new sheriff in town.
this guy comes up to me and he
named me
goes,
Reddy Hammond.
as soon as I got off the elevator, he's right there, like right in my face. And he goes, "Excuse me, did you just park in that Herbalife spot?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Do you work at Herbalife?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay." And he like looked all confused, and I went to walk into.
So you
lied to him.
What are you, Shohei Ohtani?
First you're stealing
am.
parking, and now you're lying.
I am.
Goodness.
I am. So
That's something Cappy would do.
it's not that big of a deal. So again, there's like 50 Herbalife parking spaces.
They
own
pay for
them.
those.
Yes.
Right. And they're never full.
But they
Okay,
pay for them.
but they
You're
pay for
right.
them.
But again, nobody ever parks in that.
I don't know
it's
about.
never
they're
been an
all-
issue.
I mean, there are plenty of them that are full though, on especially in the middle of the day.
But what are we getting at, Wins?
You're upset because you got called out for
Well,
parking
I'm
in
not
the wrong
upset.
spot.
I'm not upset. I mean, he could call me out all he wants. I just think that it's funny that he's so adamant because he's like, I was like, I park in that spot every day. Why am I just now getting like, why is this just now a thing? I just don't understand. And he goes, well, I just started here a month ago, and I was told by Herbalife, I watched the security cameras, and I was told anybody who parks in those spaces who isn't an employee, they need to go. They need to move the car.
I
And
would
I
say
said,
this.
"Okay."
That could be true.
That is probably true. And what I would say is prior to the pandemic, I remember cars getting towed.
Yeah, they got towed.
In those spots if they weren't in the
Way back when.
And by the way, not just the Herbalife ones. There's a number of different companies, right?
But the guy is doing his job.
Okay, but again,
He is doing his job.
he's literally sitting there like looking at security cameras.
That's his job.
Well, isn't that his job?
There's got to be something else he's doing. There's no chance that his whole
So
sole
let me
job
just understand this. I
is to
just want to
sit
make sure I'm
there.
getting
No,
this.
go ahead,
I
Cappy.
just want to make sure I'm
Go
getting
ahead.
this. So you are A, parking in a spot that says reserved for Herbalife.
right.
And then B, you're upset that this guy is doing
I'm
his
not
job.
upset. I think it's funny that he's like so adamant about it to the point where he wrote a fake, like a citation that it says like parking citation, which.
You mean like he wrote it on a plain piece of paper?
No,
like
no, it's a parking ticket.
It looks like a parking ticket,
Right,
but
it's for the
not,
bill. It's for the structure.
It just it looks like something someone.
So
printed out on the
you're
computer.
annoyed,
I
right?
just, no, I'm not even annoyed. I think
Okay.
it's hilarious that
All right.
this guy is like
So you're
adamant
comedically
about
pleased.
it.
You're not going to think it's funny when he tows your car.
Well,
Yeah.
I think like a verbal like, oh hey, you're not supposed to.
But
park
didn't he do
there.
that last week
No,
when he said?
No. He said, "Excuse me," and he followed me onto the. You
But
ask
Lindsay,
Alex. Get
Lindsay.
Alex from security up here. He goes, "Man, what's that guy's problem?"
But
and
listen,
I said,
by
he
the
was
way,
harassing me. He followed
He's
me.
not harassing you.
harassment.
He's
He
not
followed
harassing
me
you.
into the
Harassment.
elevator and started screaming
You
at
should
me.
start to sue Herbalife. Their employee is harassing you.
I said, even Alex said, I don't like. He's never mind. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. But
You
he
were about
witnessed
to,
it.
actually.
He witnessed it. Alex witnessed it, and he even said, like, "What's that guy's problem?" And I said, "I mean, what the hell? Like, who acts like
So
that?"
how, again, I
So
have to
you've
ask
been
you
parking in the wrong spot for 4 years, and you,
And no
you
one's
finally
ever
got
once-
called to the carpet on it, and you're not happy
this
about
guy's
it.
a little overzealous. That's all. Like, it's not. I mean, I
He's
could understand
overzealous.
if it was the only spot open in the entire parking garage, and I was taking it, but there was literally.
But there's probably
50
someone.
parking
But there's
spaces that are
probably
open.
someone specific who likes to park close to the elevator there, who's
Well,
probably
they
a
could have parked one of the other 6 spaces that
who's
were open.
probably
Why do they have
who's,
to?
who's probably a higher up at.
It wasn't even the first space. It was like
But
4
Lindsay,
over.
you're making
Gosh,
excuses
this
to
is
why.
the weirdest argument that you're stealing their parking space that
Right.
they pay for.
Right. Okay.
And then
Right.
you're arguing with a guy whose job it is to make sure that people who only
Yeah.
work there
Yeah.
get those parking. Why
Big
don't you
deal,
just
by
do
the
this?
way. Big deal. I
I
would
just
say.
think it's
Not no deal. Not no deal.
I just
Big
think that
deal.
guy's a little overzealous for like threatening to.
He clearly also
Yes.
thought it was
I
a
have a
big
question
deal.
for you. Then why don't you take matters into your own hands and do what you're capable of doing? Crossbow him. I mean, take him down,
Now
Lindsay
that-
Baseball.
Now that would actually be illegal, and I don't think that
For instance, when we walk
So
in,
now you have to park. I saw where your car is. It's literally like
the next space over.
Right.
And that's my point. It's literally the next space over
okay,
from
but
the one that I was parked
But that
in.
space is not marked for them. The one you're actually in.
I just
and
don't
it's
understand.
only one space over. So to your point, what's the big deal?
Because the point is the first 6 spaces are open, and if I park in the 5th one because it says Herbalife on it, it's a big deal. Like, well, who
that's
cares?
what they pay
That's
for.
what they pay for.
Jeez, this is a very, very strange moment in time.
Why is it so strange? What is so strange about that?
I'm gonna
That
I
explain
think it's
to you.
very strange.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
explain to you.
overzealous.
I'm going
but
to
that's
explain
what
this to you.
the guy's doing his job.
Right.
Okay, but I don't think it's his job to scream at me over it in the elevator and follow me onto the elevator and stick his finger in my face and
He did
slap
not
me.
stick his finger in your face.
Oh, no, he did.
You're
He
adding
did.
a lot of stuff.
He did not. He stuck his finger
You're
in
right.
your beak?
You're right. I'm lying.
Did he stick his finger in your beak?
I'm lying.
Wait, you didn't mention that part of it. Maybe this is
I'm
harassment.
lying.
Did he physically touch
Cappy,
you?
I don't think you're the person who could talk about harassment. Okay.
Well, what do you
let's-
mean?
You know, I'm just
Why is
saying.
that?
I'm just
Why
saying.
can't I talk about harassment?
I just don't think that
What? No, I don't know. Explain it.
You could just call me. What's the guy's name again? I forget his name. Ohtani's interpreter. Everything's a big lie. It's all a lie. I made it all up.
No, it's not a lie. We're just saying that you're kind of in
Okay, we can agree to disagree. That I just think it's ridiculous
Kind
that
of in
he's
the
so
wrong, then.
overzealous. I'm not saying like I'm not supposed to park there. I know that, but he could have been like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't park there next time." Like he doesn't need to scream at me. Literally greet me when I get off the elevator to start screaming at me over something so silly. Just saying.
I just say take matters into your own hands. That's what I say. I say he doesn't understand what you're capable of.
He
He doesn't. He definitely doesn't.
He doesn't understand about that dude in the lunchroom.
He definitely doesn't.
You know, if he did, he might back off.
He might.
He put his finger in your face?
He might, Cap.
DeAndre,
What's
you
happening?
need to walk Lindsay to her car.
I can't tonight because I got Lakers talk with Sleeva.
Oh man, because she needs some security.
Oh, I don't need security. I
Oh.
don't need security at all. I'm good. Like, I'm just saying.
All right, big deal.
I'll be on your side, Lindsay,
For the record,
since you're upset with me.
No, I'm not
no
upset
deal.
with you. I don't care what you think about it. I'm just saying that's how I feel, and I think it's ridiculous that the guy needs to act like he's one of those ushers at the baseball game. Are you guys the guys that like defend people when they go sit in the section and it's like you didn't pay for those seats?
Well,
you're not
yeah,
allowed to
I mean,
sit there even though the entire section is empty. That's exactly what
I
you're
also
saying.
don't like that either. If I
It's
go
the
to my
same thing.
but if I go to my seats that I paid for and somebody's sitting there, I'm like,
But
yo,
that's
you
the
gotta
thing.
go.
Okay, that's different. That's different.
Well, why should I have to move if I paid for the tickets?
Once again, nobody's asking anybody else to move. There's not like there's 50 open spaces. Mark Cates took a picture of his car with literally no other open space in sight. And it's like, what's the big
And Mark
deal?
Cates is wrong too.
What's the big
Yeah,
deal?
Mark Cates is wrong.
All right, well, you guys can be the ones who kick the people out and go to be the ushers and say,
I'm not. I
"Those
just don't
people
park in the
didn't-
Herbalife spots.
Those people
But wait
didn't
a minute,
pay
if you
for
walk
those
up to a
seats. You
game
can't sit
and
there.
your seats are 1 and 2, and
But
somebody's
again,
sitting in them,
nobody's trying to park in that space. It's
how
not
do we know that?
because there's 50 open spaces
But obviously
around
somebody
it.
complained to him. That's why he's doing
No,
it
no,
as a
no.
job.
No, he said that he's new and that he's just doing.
But I thought you said before last week, he said Herbalife wants him to watch these things.
No,
Trying
he
to do
said,
a good
he
job.
said,
I'm
I
new."
work for Herbalife, and I sit up and watch the cameras, and I tell people when they're not supposed to park there.
Well,
and I said,
the,
okay.
But here's the thing. All these companies, they have a record of whose license plates when you first get hired. So maybe his job is going through and seeing if this license plate works for us.
Right.
And if that's the case, that's his job.
Okay.
So Herbalife's
Fair
asking
point.
him to do that.
Fair point. Just like the usher who checks your ticket in the empty section and says you're not allowed to sit there, even though it's the seventh inning and the entire section's empty. Just saying.
But
It's the same
I
argument.
guess you pay for tickets for a reason.
Okay, but are you really going to get mad at the people who want to sit in the closer seats because no one else is sitting in them?
Me as a patron, that's not my job to get mad. Okay. But if his job is to watch people sitting in the wrong section, that's his job.
I'm not mad. I just think it's silly.
For
It's,
instance,
I'm,
with
I'm
Alex, you
trying to
mentioned
compare
Alex, the
the two
security guard.
things.
When we
Correct.
walk in, Alex knows me quite well, but we have to hold up our badge.
That's different.
Because
That's apples to oranges.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Somebody upstairs is watching him to make sure
That's
he's doing
different.
his
That's
job.
a security thing.
This is a
me-
security thing.
is
Your
me
car
parking
isn't part of
one
the company.
My spot parking one space over when there's 50 empty spaces that big
But
of a
this
deal?
is a security issue.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you realize what?
I don't think so.
Do you realize how much in rent we pay at these companies to be in this building?
I didn't. Oh, so you're telling me that it's less rent to park 3 feet over? Okay.
No,
well then if
part
that's
of
the
our
case,
rent is security.
Okay.
So Herbalife, we pay for the security through our rent.
Okay.
So Herbalife is saying, hey, maybe there's an executive, to George's point, that wants to park in that spot. For whatever reason, it may sound silly to you. And he says, who's this car that parks in this spot every day?
Whose sled is this?
Right. And they go and check and see, oh, is it an employee? No, we don't have her in the database.
Well, then you know what I would say? I would say, hey, guy, I know you really, really want this 6th spot up, but the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth are all open for you.
But
You
Lindsay,
can pick
do you know
any
how
one
much
of those.
those spaces are?
What is the difference?
A huge difference. He's paying for it.
Okay.
Back when we had all our spots, we would get mad if somebody wasn't. Scott McCarthy would walk in and go, whose car is there? And we'd go, oh, that's Haley. She used Tommy's spot today because and he would go to Tommy and go, she's not supposed to be parking there. We have her own spot. It might sound silly to you, but when people are paying for them, he goes, people take it seriously.
I just also want to note that there is no placard on the space. Hasn't been for about a month.
Oh, no placard on the space you're parking at?
Correct.
Well, then that's completely different. You didn't mention that at the beginning of this.
Boy, this is like the Ohtani situation. There's so many questions.
And the story's changed.
The story has changed 17 times.
Lindsay, how about a crisis manager? I got a guy.
By the way, the Dodgers have a crisis management team.
I got a guy, Lindsay. I
We
got a
can borrow
crisis
them.
management for you. He'll take care of this whole thing.
Okay. I'll take no. Never mind.
I say you walk upstairs to the Herbalife offices.
I would do that.
I actually told somebody suggested that I have a conversation with them that guy should stop being so aggressive about a freaking parking space. He could be polite, He'd just be polite about it. That's all.
So had he been polite, you'd have been like, okay, I'll move my car.
Sure,
My bad.
exactly. 100%.
Okay. But because he was a jerk.
Then it would have been no deal.
Right.
Yes.
But
Instead, big deal.
He yelled at me right out the gate for no reason.
Well, I wouldn't take that.
I
No
mean-
chance.
All right.
Just saying, I'm not the only one who's had this issue, and I don't care if you guys agree with me or disagree, but
Clearly.
you can also be the librarian that yells at people for turning their books in a day late.
I mean, I don't know, or just
That's
park
a
in the
big
right
If
place.
I was a
responsibility,
librarian, I would take my job seriously.
Okay.
You should respect people that take their job seriously.
Yeah.
A lot of our listeners are
You
security
know what?
guards.
It's hard for me to take it seriously when every single word on this quote-unquote citation is spelled incorrectly. That's all.
But
Oh,
now,
really?
now you're
Like,
messing
Here
with
we
words,
go.
education.
What words were spelled incorrectly? Was it Calipari?
I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you the ticket.
All right.
I want to see
We
it.
got to go to break. Dealer's choice.
I'm calling Jacob and Ronnie immediately.
All right, go ahead. Call Jacob. Dealer's choice is next.
It's in front of 7 o'clock. Sedano Kap, Monday afternoon. This is the last show of the week. So enjoy it. Will you, sucker? Don't park in somebody else's spot, though. Still at the post.
It's my spot.
Lakers talk.
It's my spot.
Lakers talk with Sweet. Coming up at 7 o'clock.
I'm the captain.
Oh, my God.
Who
Lindsay,
used to play that for? Oh, Amin.
It's my spot.
Lindsay, you gotta get a sign. You gotta make your own sign.
Oh, I'm
a
going
homemade
to.
sign.
I'm going to.
Actually, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But you have words backwards, like it's the treehouse. Like letters going the wrong way. Winzy spot.
Right.
Yes, it's like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Like when he paints it.
Dude, you have to do that. Remember I told you I have that homemade news media placard that I put on the front of my car.
There you go. There
when
you
I park
go.
places.
Same thing, Cappy. It's the exact same thing.
No, the only difference is that nobody ever says to me, "Hey, that's somebody's paid parking spot."
But
please
no.
move."
But he did not say that to me. He didn't say, "Hey, that's somebody's paid parking spot." He got all up in there, all up in the face.
So again, it just comes down to because he was mean.
Don't you think if somebody asks you to do something for the first time politely that you're going to respond more if they do it politely than if they just come at you screaming, guns a-blazing? Yes. Generally, I think that's usually how most people would react.
Wow.
Cappy, what's your dealer's choice?
All right, I'm going to do everybody a favor here, okay? And I'm going to save everybody about 2 hours in their lives.
Okay.
Okay? George, have you ever seen the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze?
Oh, yeah. I would never watch this atrocity that's they're putting on Amazon Prime.
Okay. Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze is a great movie. Okay?
It is, but this what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
What about the Family Guy bit where Peter just goes around kicking people?
And he roundhouse kicks him, he goes, Roadhouse.
Yes, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
So for some reason on Friday night, about 10 o'clock or so, we get into bed.
Roadhouse.
And we're gonna try and find something to watch. We go on to Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to convince Rachel yet to watch the
Reacher?
series. No, Reacher she loved. I haven't been able to get her to watch the series about the New England Patriots, so I haven't started it yet. She wants nothing to do with it, And I keep trying to sell her on it, and I'm not doing a good job.
Yo, this is so good.
Yeah. And so we decide we're going to watch Roadhouse. Right?
I would love to hear you sell Rachel on watching the New England Patriots Dynasty documentary.
Here's what I've been
Roadhouse.
saying to her. Here's what I've been telling her. I go, Rach, listen, we got to watch this thing called Dynasty about the New England Patriots because Alex is now working there, and he's been watching it, and he's been learning a lot about the history of the organization. And for us to catch up, to know we got to watch this. And she's like, I'm not interested in the New England Patriots documentary. Okay? So we decide we're going to watch Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Now, Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't really know why he's famous, what movies he's been in, but I know he's a famous guy.
He was in Brokeback Mountain originally, I believe. That was one of his first big hits.
All right, never saw it. He might be a great actor, and maybe
Wait, you don't know who Jake Gyllenhaal is?
No, I know who he is, but I don't know why he's famous. I don't know what movies he's been in.
Because you don't watch the movies.
Well, here's the thing.
Brokeback Mountain was his big thing.
Right, that
but
was
I
where he
never
got
saw
on the
that.
scene. Right,
Right, but I never saw it.
Then he was in that one. What was it? What was that one where he followed the?
You
was
mean
the
that
camera
one
guy?
movie about the guy who does the thing? That guy?
And then
that is
the
a
one
good
where his
movie
daughter
with
was
the-
buried too. Wasn't that one?
I don't know. So anyway, I don't know if he's a great actor. Maybe he is, but this role was really, really, really bad, so he doesn't come off as being a good actor. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize it, but Conor McGregor is the bad guy.
Right, it's
in the
terrible.
movie.
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor is awful, but he's way better than Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, way
Oh,
better.
come on.
No, I promise
There's
you.
no chance that
Well,
Conor
because
McGregor is a better actor.
Conor McGregor isn't trying to stretch to be anything.
Nightcrawler.
So Jake
Prisoners.
Gyllenhaal.
That's a good movie.
End of
Nightcrawler, I
Watch.
like it.
Those are good movies.
So Jake Gyllenhaal, he put in his work. He did everything the trainer.
He
told
looks
him.
ripped as hell.
Right. He ate everything the trainer told him to eat. He looked great. Okay, but the movie itself,
It looks terrible.
it is so bad. The storyline is bad. The script is bad. The acting is terrible. There's nothing about this movie that is good. And I want Conor McGregor to be good. I want to have I want this to be a good movie. It was so bad. Nobody?
No, I'm not interested in watching
It was so bad. You guys were all supposed to say how bad was it?
Oh, how bad was it?
It was so bad that I literally did not watch the last 10 minutes of the movie.
I believe it. It looks. But
You lasted that long, though.
Even the teaser looks
parts,
like an
Lindsay.
abomination.
I know. I watched it in 2 parts. And it was so bad that I didn't even watch the last 10 minutes. I have no idea how it ends. It doesn't matter to me.
Is Slee there?
Slee, are you there? Yeah, I'm right here, boys.
I hear him through the wall, but not on the air.
He's there.
Slee,
pot him up.
Slee, you're not going to watch Roadhouse, are you?
Roadhouse, probably not going to watch Roadhouse.
Okay, good.
Slee, have you ever parked at the Herbalife Mark spots?
That was going to be my question.
Answer it.
Absolutely, of course.
See, thank you.
Okay, but if somebody came
Wait,
down...
which one? Herbalife or because there's different ones here.
The ones that say Herbalife.
If it was the 6th spot up that said Herbalife.
No, don't say that. Just is it
Only
Herbalife
the
marked
witness.
spot?
Not one of the first 2.
That's leading the witness. Herbalife marked spot.
I think I parked in every spot down there.
Okay, so let's say that now somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, listen, I'm the new security
No,
guard."
no, they did not say that. They started screaming at you.
Are you
right
going to let
away.
me speak or no?
Because you're not telling them the truth.
If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, I'm a new security guard here.
Yep.
Don't park in there unless you're an Herbalife employee."
Yeah.
Would you be outraged by that?
Probably not outraged.
I'm
Probably
not
gonna
outraged.
just find
No,
my,
not at
probably gonna
all.
Find
I'm
a different spot.
I'm
Not at all
outraged at
outraged.
you guys for twisting the story.
How are we twisting the story? That's the story.
Because you said that this guy came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm the new security guy." He was in my face yelling at me, followed me onto the elevator, like followed me onto the elevator.
Wait, I thought you said it was when you got off
Are you
the
with
elevator.
Lindsay or are you
What-
with the security guard?
He was there right when I got off the elevator from the parking garage and followed me up to the second floor to the studio,
Harassed her.
To the studio?
like where the studio is. Followed me up here to this door.
It's kind of taking your job a little seriously.
That's
there,
my
that security
point.
guard.
See, isn't it comparable to one of the ushers?
I mean, there's
that
cameras
yells at
all over the place.
people?
If he did that.
If he did that, there's
He did do
cameras
that.
of it.
Let's,
And
let's,
that's why I
let's pull
said
the
he was
security
too-
cameras.
So
Pull
why
him.
would you complain?
Pull the tape.
No, you should honestly. If he did that, you should complain.
I just told you guys he did that, and you said I was being ridiculous.
You never told us you followed him up.
No, you
keep
never mentioned
adding
that
stuff.
part.
Well, I'll tell you,
I
the
told
story
you
keeps
that.
changing.
Pull
It's
the
like
tape
Ohtani.
because I did say
No,
that.
no,
You didn't.
You didn't.
I said he
No, you
stuck.
didn't.
He stuck his finger in my face
You
and
said
followed
that.
me
Right.
onto
You
the
never
elevator.
said-
Never
Yeah.
say you followed up to the studio.
Yeah,
never
never
those
said
Followed me
words
up
were
to
ever
right
uttered.
Never
outside
said
that
that.
door. He
Never
followed
said
me up
that.
to right outside that door.
I
never
say we
said that.
immediately
And screamed at me.
file a complaint.
Yeah.
And we pull security cameras or security footage immediately.
Because there'll be tape from the moment you're downstairs all the way
You
up.
can look at all you want, and someone said you should probably talk to his manager because I think that's a little bit much.
You should.
Security guard.
Nailed it.
Wait,
Lakers
That's why
talk is
you're the
next.
best, Lee.